Yo, what is up? It's here. NBA draft night. It's kind of exciting. I feel like the Pistons could do like 6 different things. Which I know
Yes.
we don't want to just go Pistons right out of the gate, but we do. Come on. It's our special night. Let's go, Detroit. But no, we all know what's happening at 1. Wemby, and there's been a lot of weird buzz. This just happens. I don't know if you remember last year or every single year the buzz around. Oh, Scoot is the favorite to go to Miller. Do you think it's Scoot?
I don't know, man. It's
Jordan. Jordan hasn't been known for making the best team basketball decisions.
he just sold it, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, I think he actually just sold his ownership share.
Dang.
I don't know how much, maybe not all of it.
All right, maybe it is
I,
Scoot
I've,
then.
been, I've been seeing a lot of Brandon Miller, and then it's classic like hours before. It's like, no.
I like them both. I think what gets lost when people like pick a side is that these guys are both probably just going to be amazing players. But I think Scoot, I just don't see a universe where Scoot is just not a solid contributor for a basketball team.
Yeah, I agree. I think what I'm most excited about tonight is potential for trades.
Oh
Um,
yeah. You think
especially
the
like
Pistons could trade?
Yeah, I definitely think they could. And the nice thing about getting
Bogey too?
5, obviously the silver lining, 5 sucks. But the nice thing about it is I don't like. There's a lot of things we can do, and there's not like a glaring obvious thing that I'd be like, oh, what are we doing? Like there's
Yeah,
several different things, and I could be like, all right, I can get behind that at 5.
for sure. Yeah, no, I agree. Yo, what's up, Jordan Roberts? Let's go Hornets Buzz City. I'm pretty excited. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of a hater, and part of me just wanted Charlotte to not be wanted the Hornet. Whoa, sorry, I'm getting a little too
Ah!
excited. Wanted the Rockets to not be the team that got the top 2-3 pick. But no, it'll be fun. I hate the whole like team fit. I think that's the biggest thing people say as far as like between Miller and Scoot. And if like that's the main reason, like dude, we can go through so many busts where the driving force was team fit and like the player just made sense.
Yeah.
I think they'll both be good, but I like Scoot a lot. Tell me your give me your Pistons take. What do you think Detroit's doing tonight? And what do you want them to do if those things are different?
I I think they probably go either Hendricks or whatever Thompson twin is left, probably SR Thompson.
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't hate that. I kind of want them to trade. I think that'd be fun, but I think there's scenarios where they trade and they keep 5 and they actually just get like the things we've been seeing with Bogdanovich with the Mavericks that are being linked around, so getting 5 and 10, and then I don't know if they're trying to package that for anything, but I feel
Yeah.
like we would have heard of that by now, right? Because we have like an hour to make those kind of calls to move up to the top
Right.
4, so that's probably not going to happen. Cam Whitmore sliding, we talked about that a little bit before stream.
Yeah.
It's just this is how it always goes, right? We talked about this at the lottery. It's like
Yeah.
someone is going to be projected 5, and then right before the draft, that guy is all of a sudden 12 because of health issues or whatnot, and then this other guy starts rising, and then you convince yourself as a fan that this guy is the best choice. So
Yeah.
um,
And I do think too, like I know we talked about we want to do a lot more dynasty content, and obviously the draft is a huge part of that. And a part of me wanted to make some videos and talk through some stuff with like pre-draft because we knew those spots. But man, like we're not in the workouts. Like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know what these teams are seeing and what these front offices are discussing. And I feel like every year I get a couple picks right, but I'm so wrong on stuff. So for me, from like a fantasy basketball standpoint, even an NBA fan standpoint, I kind of just want to see what happens, and then we'll go from there because like team fits, how far players drop. We don't know a lot of the medical stuff. A lot of it's just reports, what you're hearing on ESPN and what Woj is tweeting about and individual workouts and everything. So I'm just
yeah,
excited for things to happen. I do think there's going to be some trades tonight. I mean,
giant
we've already
trade,
had some pretty big
interesting.
one.
I think that is an interesting thing in NBA. I don't know how you want to compare it to the NFL, but it's like
Mm,
you have like this S tier. Well, for this, it's like Wemby's his own tier, but you have
yeah.
this top tier of guys. So for this, it'd be like maybe what Wemby, Scoot, and maybe a guy or two more. And like there, it's like okay, this should probably fall in this order because of just clear talent. And then after that, it is so much of like what their workouts were and what happened behind the closed doors and what the front office likes for fit and their planning. Like there's so much like goes behind the scenes once you get from like 5 and on.
Yeah.
Think about all the drafts where it's like, okay, this is my mock draft, and it's like, oh, they took, like Josh Primo went 13. like he went super high, or like Kuminga went 7. It's or like there's so many times where people drop a ton or go up a ton just because of workouts, and there's all these things we'll never know about
Yeah.
until you get tweeted at.
Zion trade, yeah. There's been a lot of buzz around that. I feel like that's the big name. There was a couple big names. I mean, obviously, we'll get through each individual one. Let's do that. Let's go through the trades that we know, and then we'll talk Zion for a little bit because that one can get really speculative.
You
But
want
let's
to do
pull up. I've got
winners and
this
losers?
ready. All right, I've got this ready. All right, we'll pull this up and then we'll go from there.
I'll give you my winners and losers.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
deal.
There we go. All right, let's take a look at this Porzingis trade. This one is kind of a head scratcher a little bit as far as like the compensation's concerned. But man,
You look at that, you're like, well, how the heck did the Celtics fleece,
yeah.
2 firsts and KP? I think it's got to be the assumed contract that he would demand,
Oh yeah, for sure.
right? So it's got to be like, okay, you can have KP for, is it a year or 2 years left? I think it's just a year, right?
I think a
Like,
year.
you can have him for a year, but you either have to pay him or he's walking. So it's like that's kind of why you get those 2 firsts. That's got to be my thinking behind this, right?
I mean, the Wizards. We're Pistons fans. We can talk about like teams blowing it up, rebuilds being terrifying, and deals being awful. Man, I would hate to be a Washington fan right now. Can you imagine the whole Beal situation? I mean, not that I'm a huge Porzingis guy, but I mean, nobody's looking at this trade and is like, oh, nice. Like, the Wizards are getting stuff figured out. And I like Tyus Jones, man.
Yeah. You went from, I mean, think about it. Like, you went from the end of last season, you had Bradley Beal, who's been playing really well, KP playing really well, to Jordan Poole, Tyus Jones, Gallinari, like Johnny Davis. Am I
Yeah.
missing a piece that they got? Like, Chris Paul was moved, right? Moved
Yeah.
on with the Jordan
Yeah,
Poole
and
deal.
we'll take a look at that one next. But let's do this from we're fantasy, so let's get some dynasty fantasy takes here.
Yep.
I mean, I think the big one is a guy like Tyus Jones, who when we've seen have a role in an offense. Obviously, we're looking specifically at when Ja's been out and he's been kind of forced into a role.
Yep.
We've seen him be like really, really successful, productive, solid scorer, really good assist guy. This is obviously a huge bump. It's a little weird. I mean, I'm not sure, obviously, with the Jordan Poole move as well, alongside, I mean, guys like Morris. I mean, would it surprise you at all if, like, Tyus is not just getting, like, massive minutes and is still kind of, like, in a crowded guard room? Or do you think he's cemented as, like, a big minute starter guy?
I think he's cemented. I mean,
I think he's good enough.
What's his
That's not the
competition?
question.
It's like a young Johnny Davis who is not a ball handler. Not like a distributor like
Yeah,
Tyus.
I mean,
Tyus
it's
is
like,
a distributor.
right. I mean, Morris is still there. You've got Wright as well. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if some weird rotations there. And then obviously like Poole is the big factor there is kind of, who I'm kind of
Right. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking like you need a floor general, and I think Tyus Jones is a head and shoulders above the next floor general. Like Monty Morris is solid, but again, like Tyus is a point guard.
Yeah.
Like Monty Morris is a point guard, but does that make sense?
Yeah.
think
I
when I
mean,
think
I'm
of
not
Tyus
going to
Jones,
sit
I
here and
think of, like,
defend
pass first.
Monty Morris at this stage in his
I don't
career.
think Monty Morris is as pass first as Tyus is.
Yeah.
That's we're kind of going down the wrong track here, but I think I like Tyus Jones fantasy wise. I don't hate Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is who I get more worried about, like the 2 spot of being too crowded.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of score first guards. Like you have Shaman, I think
Yeah.
is still there. Jordan Poole, Johnny Davis, DeLon Wright. Like there's your guards that are shoot first kind of guards. So that's crowded. If Kuzma stays, Kuzma's probably going to have a ton of usage still. Like he had high usage with Beal and KP there, right?
Yeah.
So Kuzma could be great. I mean, Deni Avdija, maybe finally. We can see him get. I don't know. It's is really crowded.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that ends up shaping out. I mean, we didn't even hit free agency yet, right?
Yeah. Moving on to the Grizzlies here, I hate talking about like fantasy standpoints that are surrounded around Ja's situation, but I mean it's not a bad spot for Marcus Smart, especially with a guy like Tyus Jones being on the move. I mean he's gonna have a solid role.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of have a glimpse of what it might look like anyway, right? Like there was a lot of times that Smart did come off the bench on these Celtics lineups with White and Brogdon and them fidgeting around with that lineup. So when it's Ja and Bane and Smart, it's like I
Yeah,
don't think
they're not
Smart's
super.
going to be
Yeah,
there.
losing Tyus, they're not a deep guard team.
Right. He'll get a lot of time.
Smart is
He
like a
has his
goal.
role. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's a huge W or L for Smart as far as fantasy goes either way.
Yeah.
And then Celtics wise, I don't know. I mean,
It has to be. It's tough though because we
yeah, it
just
has
saw
to be a
Beal
small
Kuz.
L,
That's
right?
my thing. It has to be a small L because Tatum. Tatum and Brown from a usage standpoint versus what Beal and Kuzma were doing alongside Porzingis is more drastic than I think people think it will be.
Yep.
I mean, it's still going to be Tatum's team. I mean, it's not even a question. He's still going to shoot his 20, 30 shots a night. And I mean, Jaylen Brown, man, I mean, his usage just picked up and he's playing well too. So it's not like Porzingis steps in as this, duo alongside Tatum. But I think from a basketball standpoint, do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of times that the Celtics needed a shooter that would like step up from a big like Horford was pretty bad in some games. Grant Williams was pretty bad in some games.
Yeah.
So to have like a 4 or 5 that can stretch the floor consistently and be a defensive presence, because Robert Williams is only half of that, right?
Yeah.
Al Horford is kind of that. He's good defensively and he can step outside, but he disappeared some games. I don't think that they're done. I think there's still moves that are going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaylen Brown still didn't stay there.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting. I mean, obviously this could be a short term kind of outlook for Porzingis as a Celtic, and we'll kind of see what that looks like as far as money's concerned. I will say real quick, last thing on Porzingis from an NBA standpoint before we move on, because we're getting up on the draft is coming up here soon. I will say that what is nice about Porzingis is the Celtics, they do have fives that can play alongside Porzingis that will help defensively. I think that's kind of a nice part about this trade. But
yeah,
definitely. Let's go.
Do you want to talk about the Suns at all? I don't think we had a moment to talk about the Beal trade at all.
No. I'll just I just pulled up here real quick. Just the Chris Paul. Just this Chris Paul trade, obviously centered around Poole and Paul being the swap. Obviously, we're talking about Jordan Poole a little bit there. Chris Paul, I don't think much changes like Chris Paul's outlook. I mean, we saw what Chris Paul was, and I think that's what this Warriors team wants Chris Paul to be as far as a facilitator. I mean, we've seen the scoring dip for Chris Paul pretty drastically, but yeah, I mean, I don't hate it.
I don't really get it. I don't think I'm on board with what the Warriors are doing with this.
No.
Especially the picks. It's like, why are you sending a first and a second?
Yeah.
Like with
to get out of Poole's contract?
It's got to be.
Yeah, I mean.
But like you got like Draymond opted out. I don't think they're.
I think they want to bring Draymond back. I do think if Draymond isn't playing with LeBron, he's playing for the Warriors.
I guess. I mean, again, yeah, there's a lot of this can change, but for now, I kind of like it for the Wizards as for now. Because it's like, at least you're really just, let's just get something going.
You have
the
to.
Pistons, to bring this to perspective, us Pistons fans, we were in limbo for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just 9-10 seed when there wasn't a play-in, so even worse, right? Just missing the playoffs and, stretching at or grasping at straws, getting a older Blake Griffin, all this stuff. It's like, just mail it in, and I'm okay with that if I'm the Wizards.
No, I hear you.
So.
Yeah, we can go to, what's up, BH from NH, who the Celtics taking. Oh, pretty interesting.
Yeah, you have the board on you?
I'll pull it up. Yeah, I was going to pull up the Beal trade, but I feel like that one's pretty straightforward. So let's just get this draft stuff set up.
I've got a very Celtics-esque pick for you. Bryce Sensabaugh, Ohio State. Not, the Ohio State University.
It is so hard for me to project outside. Like, even the lottery is hard to project, right? I mean, once you get past the top 3, I think there's like 4 or 6 guys that I think should be like the next 6 picks. But I mean, even that I've been crazy wrong about. I do like the Thompson boys though.
Yeah, I
some
mean, second,
guys.
like if you get to like NBA draft, second round gets pretty murky unless you're like scout level involved, right?
And even that, I mean,
Yeah, even that you don't know
who
what you're doing.
knows?
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see. Speaking of Jordan Poole, I'm excited to see where Kobe Buffkin goes.
Okay.
He's been climbing up boards, and it's just very, very Jordan Poole to me. Where when he went, and he went kind of early, I was like, man, like why? First of all, I was like, why did he leave for the draft? And then I was like, why would someone pick him up like the Warriors? And then it's
Hmm.
just like, oh, he's actually kind of a stud. And Kobe Buffkin, when he left for the draft, it made more sense to me than when Jordan Poole did. Obviously, I was wrong about Jordan Poole, but
Yeah.
Buffkin kind of gives me Poole vibes a bit more. Yeah, I mean, he is kind of similar, I guess, a bit more distributive than Poole, but I'm excited to see where he goes because he gives me that kind of vibe, like a solid, like off the bench to start guy that can really find his own
Yeah.
starting lineup. Or there's
You
a lot
know
of
who?
solid shooters as
Yeah,
well.
I think you're gonna steal what I was about to say, so I'm gonna jump in and say it. Dude, I like
Jordan
Jordan
Hawkins,
Hawkins. Yeah, dude, I
yeah,
think he's a sneaky because he's projected like right on the edge of a lottery pick. I think he's a guy who could
he is
easily
a
sneak
Warriors
in.
guy.
Oh
Like just
yeah,
yeah, just imagine
such a
like
good shooter,
the.
dude.
I don't think he'll go to the Warriors, but like yeah,
Right.
imagine just like oh, who's someone that's really good off ball, can catch and shoot three, has good defensive awareness.
Yeah.
Like it's just I could see him just running around the court for a while off screens, catching and shooting, and be getting hot, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of, I feel like it's underlooked in the NBA of just like good proven shooters, and he's just one of those guys that is just for sure going to be a great shooter. Um,
and you know what I like about prospects, typically with higher guys more, but like just because I can put this in there
yeah,
that he did that some others didn't. Do you know what I'm about to say? He showed up in the tournament,
yeah, there you go.
unlike Brandon Miller.
Dang, all right, there it is.
I'm just gonna get it off now. It
Yeah,
really applies to the top five guys. It's like the Jabari Smith, Brandon
right.
Miller. I
Yeah.
just can't trust it. I just can't. It's not an end all be all, but like I'm gonna give you a knock for that. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
He didn't show up when he needed to.
Right.
Shot really poorly. So gives me Jabari Smith vibes. Brandon Miller gives me Jabari Smith vibes. If he falls to five and we take him, I
Dang.
would absolutely love it.
Are you out on Jabari right now? Is that what we're hearing? Or are
No,
you just a
but
Rockets
like
hater?
yeah, I kind of am. I don't stay awake at night being like, God, I can't stand the Rockets. Or, like if
Yes.
they win a game, I'm not like, God. Like I would much rather the Rockets win a championship before the Warriors win again. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm about like new teams being good again.
Yeah,
Type
I
of
get
thing.
that.
So it's nothing crazy against the Rockets.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess that's all I had to say.
Let me try to. I'm gonna try to pull up the video. All right. What's the what's our thought process here? We'll do some live production with you guys. You think I'm playing this audio? Part of me wants to, and then part of me remembers it's just JJ Redick and
Uh, we did it
JP.
last year, right? Excuse me.
A little bit for when like the picks were announced. I ended up turning it on, so I might do that. I mean, we've got a lot of time, right?
Yeah, let's
Like
do that.
the draft doesn't start for another like 25 minutes.
Is it accessible enough to just pull up the like turn it on and off when the picks are announced?
Yeah, I could do that pretty easily.
Yeah, let's just do that. Then.
Um,
Maxwell Lewis is a sniper. Yeah, there's a good amount of shooters in this draft, honestly.
Dude, where do you think Amani goes?
Forgot about him, honestly. He's got to go second round.
Or early second round to the early mid second round of the Stans.
I don't love that, but
Why
I
not?
don't know. I guess it's fine. It's
No,
like yeah,
yeah,
he's got a high ceiling, but
yeah.
like he's got like a rock bottom, literally a rock
No,
bottom floor.
I think he's probably a late second, and I think he's the kind of guy that everyone's gonna tweet and be like, oh, my team didn't take Amani in the early second. And he's gonna go like 58th.
Yeah, no, he
He's
might.
he is the Malik Willis. I feel like.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
where we're like, yeah,
Take him at two.
I like Aiden Hutchinson, but we need that quarterback. Malik's got the it factor.
Yeah, no, I'm not. He's not on my radar. I mean,
No.
he's very I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that's going to show up in the summer league and
Yeah.
say, "Oh, look at this
He's gonna
guy.
have a 30
He's
point
gonna,
game in the summer league.
yeah, and then he's gonna be on a team. He's never gonna get time, and he's gonna cry about it, and he's gonna be gone." So I mean, not to be rude, but
It's a little negative. That's
yeah,
all
well,
right.
he's
All right, what's the over on how long it takes me to figure out how I put the comments on the stream? I set it up for last stream. It went really well, and then I just assumed I'd be able to figure it out again. Yo, what's up? Clips, how's it going? You want to talk about the Beal trade? I've had like
Yeah,
two back-to-back epiphanies on thinking that I'm such a huge Beal fan. Like I just like Bradley Beal. But there's another side of me that's like, is this Suns team worse than they were with Mikal Bridges before the KD trade?
yeah, I don't love it. I thought it's just I don't know. I don't get it. Like we joked about it on Twitter. Like it really is like a 2K move,
Yeah.
right? That you make. It's just like a big name move. Like if you're trying to win a championship and keep a team like a core together and play good basketball, it's like how is Chris Paul not that guy? Like if you're trying just to win and play sound basketball, it's like to me that's got to be Chris Paul over Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's like you have Booker. If like you don't have Booker and you get Beal, it's like okay, that's kind of sick. But it's like I don't. I know, and I know Beal. I'm not saying they like don't mesh well because Beal can distribute. Like we saw that last year in Washington. Like he can.
But he's a bucket getter, man. And like, do you need a bucket getter guy when you have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker?
Exactly.
I mean, you can never use enough. Like I do sometimes hate people that use these arguments where it's like he's good at scoring just like the other guys. Like they don't need him. And like of course you want players who can get buckets, but I just feel like there's I don't know. Maybe he was the most attainable like star for them, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm also a big Mikal Bridges guy. I said it right. when the move happened. I was like, I know it's Kevin Durant. This team is gonna miss what Mikal Bridges does for an NBA team, and he's showing 100%. That he does so much more than what he could do in Phoenix for the Nets. He does that, and he's still one of the best on-ball defenders.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see it with like that net. You can just see it with that Nets trade. Like,
yeah,
it's the same thing with Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant obviously is probably one of the best players in the world right now, but like even then you got Durant and it wasn't enough, and now the Nets are looking like their future's bright as ever. They still made the playoffs. It's like that was such a win for them, and now you're just like doubling down on that idea of like just give me another star and win now. You couldn't do it with Durant. We saw how it didn't work with the Nets when they did Durant, Harden, Kyrie. I think super teams are just kind of inflated at this point, which is good, right? It's good that you can't just kind of put everybody together and just assume it's going to work out. Like you do need chemistry, you need like sound heads, you need fit. Like it is a thing as far as like win now. I think fit for win now is big. I guess like fit for like we're talking about a draft, right? Fit's not as big of a thing because you have the time to mold and shape and put a team together. But like if you're just win now, give me the star. It's like chemistry and fit is. I think it's becoming more underrated, and we're seeing that get exploited more with some of these failed super teams. So I don't love it.
I hear you, man.
And now we got Monty Williams.
Yes, sir.
Boys. Frank Vogel, really? Frank Vogel. Come on. That was the worst move. Like, no disrespect to him personally, but like, just not a good coach.
I hear you. No jersey tonight, Jan. Dude, I'm repping some Pistons. This is my go-to Pistons streamwear.
Should I wear the Rui jersey? Got a Rui jersey, but it's Washington.
Do you have a Pistons jersey? You were gonna get that Cade one at the game, but
they were out of stock. I have Rui for the Wizards. I have Luka. I have De'Aaron Fox for their City Edition Kings, like the red and white. It's pretty cool. I have a bunch of other ones that my brothers have that we share. Does
your brother have a Shaq one?
Yeah, I got Shaq one, Paul George, Kawhi, John Morant, Brandon Ingram.
Dang, Scoot's looking good with his. This is like a Coco tuxedo.
Why am I looking at Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg? I'm on the wrong channel right now, brother. What are you on? What? Okay,
ESPN
probably-
pre-show.
Oh, that makes sense. My bad. Um, GG Jackson potential. Yeah, I don't know if it's
Who's your
comparing
call your
what we
bust?
talked about before,
Who's your
but
like lottery pick bust? Who's projected to be a lottery
Anthony
pick?
Black.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, I don't get
that's
it.
kind of a hot
I
take you
don't
want.
get
I
it.
mean, there's been a lot of positive buzz that he's just going to be a top 10 guy for sure.
I know. I don't get it. I wasn't impressed. It's another like tournament thing or
Yeah,
like big time game
what are you
thing. I
just like
wasn't impressed with
offensively? You
him.
don't think it's there for him to?
Yeah, kind of. But like, I guess for the spot as high as he's going, I get getting like a Davion Mitchell, right? Like he was like
Yeah,
what 13, I think, end of the lottery. It's like I
yeah,
get that.
he's
But
definitely
like
a
if
lottery.
if Anthony Black's going top 10, it's like a top 10 guy that like you can't really go to get a bucket. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it is a
I need
lot.
a little
Like
bit
the
more
lottery's a little
impact.
overrated. I mean it's how many lottery picks are you going to get a bucket outside of like top
I
five
mean,
guys, and even then. But I hear what you're saying.
I'm looking at like mock boards, and if I
Victor's a
look at top
bust.
10, if I look at top 10 on the mock boards, it's like Anthony Black's just odd man out. You have Cam Whitmore. It's like I get like concerns, but like he has flashes of like, okay, go get me two.
Yeah,
Hendricks, sharpshooter. Jarris Walker
sharpshooter.
is a man child. The Thompson twins. There's all these people that we can see like win a one on one. And Anthony Black's like, yeah, you're quick, but I mean, I wasn't impressed with watching him in college that much. And I could be wrong. I mean, he's a big guard, right? Like 6'6". He's quick, good defense, but
Yeah, I
again,
think
it's like
those are more the things.
you're drafting someone that's like, okay, big guard that can play, guard multiple positions. It's just a good glue guy. But like, can you draft a glue guy at 5, 6, 7? I
Hmm.
don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't know, because like you need a glue guy on end of lottery, early after lottery teams that have those guys in place.
yeah.
And so like just mock drafts that have him at the Magic. It's like,
Let's
uh,
yeah. Let's call our shot here on Brandon Miller. I know Clips was asking, would you help Brandon Miller going to mock draft wise? I still think I know there were some weird drops. I think he's going third. I think he should. I think Scoot's two. Scoot's always been two for me. I know there's been a lot of like weird reports back and forth between these two, but yeah, Scoot's always been two.
yeah,
Real ones know Scoot's two.
talent wise, if I could pick, I'd probably there's three guys I take in front of him. I think I'll go three, most likely. I would rather have Amen, Scoot, and Wemby, but I think he goes three.
Dang.
But I know I'm higher on Amen than some people.
Yeah.
Um,
Does that shooting form scare you at all when you see those clips?
uh, not really.
Yeah,
There's so many
I've learned to not
kids
care as
nowadays,
much.
new players. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that have been coming in with. I think that kind of argument has slowly dwindled in the years.
Yeah.
We used to knock Lonzo for it, and
Dang,
I mean,
Lonzo. Do you remember when Lonzo
yeah,
played basketball, man? That's so
yeah,
sad. I hate that, man.
it is sad. It is really sad.
Dang.
Called Brian yesterday, and he said he's going number 2 or number 1 for sure. Imagine just not Wemby 1. I think it's like I'm actually kind of shocked that ESPN just kind of glossing over it. You think they'd really drive it into the ground of like, is he gonna go 1? Is it like I'm kind of glad that they're just kind of assuming it's 1 and leaving
Yeah.
the drama out of it.
Where do you I mean let's call your shot on Wemby. I feel like there's a huge like difference of opinion of like how he's actually going to work out in the NBA. Where do you put him at? You think he's like Porzingis plus? Is that what you see from him?
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be very good.
Yeah.
I think there are very few people that can give him really good matchup problems. Like
It'll be interesting to see him on the Spurs.
Mobile big guys, I think will give him problems. Like Giannis, who's thick but also can move his feet. Like I don't
Yeah.
see how someone raw and smaller is gonna thrive against people
Yeah.
like that. But like,
And then randomly Al Horford's going to hold him to like 7.
Yeah, honestly,
one
maybe,
night.
but like, there's such like a genetic
Yeah.
like advantage that he's got on other people. So, I mean, if he's, it's like kind of like Luca, right? It's like a lot of people were like, yeah, he's really good, and some people had him one overall, but they were like, yeah, but it's Europe and
Yeah.
he's a little slow, but like positionally, he's a big mismatch. We saw that work out really well, and I think we're kind of seeing that again to a higher degree. And so I don't, I'm not really trying to get in the camp of like, no, he's going to be, like a
I
KP.
really think it's just I think the injury and how he kind of holds up is the biggest thing, and I know that gets
Yeah,
kind of overplayed. I know a lot of people like talk about that, but it's real, man. I mean,
because you can say that about anybody, right?
yeah, you can
So
say that about anybody, but specifically guys built like that are just so lean. That is like a legitimate.
yeah, it's like Durant, right?
Yeah,
And he's had, I mean, he's had his
he said,
injuries, but like
yeah,
he still had a good career. Like he's not been
right,
stifled for, like he didn't leave the NBA early, right?
right,
So he's
and even
also
guys like
very,
AD have gotten unlucky. Like there's
yeah.
guys get lucky and unlucky with injuries, but I mean it's something you have to worry about. Do you think I'm gonna start throwing like random hot takes out that you imagine you would see at like a start of a TikTok? You think we will start seeing like OTE produce like NBA
Hmm.
lottery picks somewhat consistently? Is it the new
No,
Euro League?
no. I'm gonna say
I don't
no
think so
because I
either.
think NIL is really kicking in at the
Yes,
wrong
yeah.
time for OT. I
Right.
think if there was no NIL, then 100%. They like over time in G League would really kick off because guys were going there because they got
Yeah.
paid. And now it's like, well, we got NIL that can pay you a lot more.
What a
So
tough time too for OTE, because if OTE tried to exist like 15 years ago, like the NBA would not allow that. Like you would
yeah,
have to like take a
they got
year
sandwiched
off.
between genres. Like yeah,
Yeah.
they got sandwiched between generations here. It's still I don't know. It's got its
Yeah.
pluses, I suppose. Like you don't have to go to class. You can kind of just make kind of a bag and just get into that. Like especially G League, like it's still
Yeah.
pretty pro level. Like there are
Oh
NBA
yeah.
players that are down there, so it's like you're getting
G
into
League.
it.
I have no concerns. I'm really not like a G League or like Euro. Like I have no concerns. I think we've kind of seen that like the high level prospects. Like I have no worry of like putting that stamp on it that I'm concerned about. Yo,
Yeah.
what's up? Quadruple Z, triples. Can you shout me out? Just sub, yes sir, or yes ma'am.
Triple
Appreciate
Z
the
Z
sub.
Z Z.
That's a good
Thanks,
shout out right
brother.
there. No, I appreciate it. And if you guys haven't subbed and you want to shout out just
There we
like
go. Yeah.
triples,
Yeah, you deserve that shout out because you reminded us to do something we really are bad at.
and while you're
Which
subbing
one?
and
Which one's
receiving
favorite?
your shout out, if you use code Canyon, that is Canyon like the Grand Canyon, sign up
Canyon.
for Underdog. Link in the description to get there. You get a 100% deposit match up to $100. If you
100%?
guys, if you guys want to do, dude, I'm looking forward to some basketball drafts, man. Those are gonna be coming up. Post
Wait, you're telling me you
draft,
get a $300 still this day and age?
yeah. In this economy,
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
wow.
You kidding me? Which one's Amen? Which one's SR?
Oh boy, I don't have it pulled up.
First one talking to Mike is
Um,
Amen. It's gotta be. One's
she
like
has no idea.
I mean they're the same height. Yeah, she doesn't know.
She's like, all right, and you were?
I actually think I could tell.
I think so
I
too.
think Amen's
I've been
about
watching a
that.
lot of clips.
Okay, now I really can't tell. They just kind of changed their angles.
Dude, so we're not seeing Wemby. Wemby's not playing summer league. Is that right?
He said he'll play a little bit.
Okay.
Came out and said, "Okay, I'll play a little bit." He got so much flack. He's like, all right, I'll play a couple games." I don't like that either. I don't like to skip like.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Come on.
Like
It's
yeah,
you're just
like dude, he's gonna be good, but
not,
like yeah, the
not
biggest
even
thing is like
from
adjusting, like playing in the NBA, man. And like yeah, it's the summer league, but I mean these are all NBA players, you know?
yeah. It's not even
Pretty
like
much.
a people want to see you play standpoint. It's like if I'm a hooper and I am a first round pick, like I want to get to work. I want
Yeah.
to start hooping, and I want to like you're literally this is your dream job. It's like
Yeah.
go play. Like,
Oh, for sure. Maybe you got a
play
phone call
more.
from Pop.
I feel like a lot of people would love to do that. But yeah, I guess there's like front office stuff. It's like, no, buddy, you're sitting.
Yeah.
Like Zion sat so much of it because they were scared of injury for him too. And
Yeah. And I mean we see that,
doesn't really
right? Like
stop too much.
yeah, like guys like Bankero and we see them play a game or
Hey,
two.
Kobe. He's looking good. I miss him already.
Dang.
Michigan basketball's gonna suck next year.
Dude, that scoot chain is wild.
Michigan basketball's gonna be so bad.
Honestly, like I'm excited to see the picks, but I don't know. I don't know what's happened to me. I've been way more into the fit checks on these draft streams, dude.
Who's throwing on the buffs?
Ever
Do you
since
throw on buffs for a fifth pick?
I don't know if I could see Wemby rocking some buffs.
No, I mean like the Detroit pick.
Oh.
Wemby can't rock buffs. He's not going to Detroit.
No, I know, but I could see him kind of doing that.
Kobe's got the buffs on.
Dude, I gotta watch that Wemby reaction when the Rockets weren't the first pick.
Kobe Buffkin's from my hometown.
Dang, shout out. You know who else is from your hometown?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who is superstar in the NBA? Who's gonna come play for Detroit in a couple years?
Draymond.
Isn't D Book from Devin Booker?
Oh, yeah, he lived in
Okay.
he lived in Granville for like he went to Granville High School for I think 1 year, maybe a year and a half, and he grew up here for a little bit, and they moved down to Missouri when they were like, "Oh, this kid's good." They moved down to like a club team.
Oh, this kid
So-
can hoop.
I think he grew up out of state, moved, and was like here for like formative years of his life. So I guess you could say he's from here, right?
I mean, he's always rocking Red Wing
Detroit
stuff, Tiger stuff. Like,
Yeah,
he's a
been
Detroit
back.
fan at heart.
He's been back here now and then, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough because he's kind of been all around the map a little bit.
All right, the chat overlay one. I think I might be throwing in the towel. I've been clicking around this extension thing for a minute.
Yeah, we can read it off. I think what? All right, so we got Wemby. How quick do we put in the Wemby draft? Are we milking the clock here?
There's just no. I just don't get. I wish we didn't have to like play this game of like.
Is he already in San Antonio?
He's already talking to Pop.
What was the thing with we're talking about a point that could happen with Wemby because Pop is his coach. Oh, I was talking about Rookie of the Year. I don't know if this is with you or not.
No.
The odds to win Rookie of the Year is like obviously super heavy, like favored towards Wemby.
Yeah.
And there's some good value you can get on some of these sneaky guys, depending on where they go to, like usage, right?
Yeah.
Like there's some good value you can get because Pop is the kind of guy that's like, I don't care at all about these personal awards. Like you're gonna play my way in these minutes, and we're gonna develop you like this because they're big developmental.
That's true. Does Wemby feel different though than because a lot of the other guys that you're talking about are more like even guys like Primo that kind of like had to find their way into the rotation. Like those were later lottery picks. But I agree. If there was a coach that was gonna do that, it'd be Pop.
Hold on, I'm gonna look something up real quick.
All right.
And then I'll either see if my point holds.
Here you want to hear my prime situation? Dame traded. Scoot goes to Portland. Scoot Rookie of the Year.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah.
So Tim Duncan did win it, but David Robinson did not. Nope, he did. Gosh dang it.
I was like,
All right, never mind. I was trying to get in like the
you exposed yourself.
franchise changing bigs.
Grady, what are we doing, brother? Like just
This
because
is
it's
the third
different doesn't mean
franchise.
it's good.
What? I didn't see what he was wearing.
Pull it up.
Pull it up. What do you mean pull it up? Just Google it already.
Oh, I thought you had the.
I do. I just missed it. I was looking at the Rookie of the Year stuff.
You don't have that YouTube TV. You can't go back a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'll just type in Google Grady Dick. Check.
Grady, just do Grady Dick red jacket.
I just put a fit check.
And it's tough too, because dude, I am the biggest.
Wow!
I know I'm the biggest. Like, do your thing, like go crazy. It's your night. Like, I like the shiny, like Scoot. Let's go. But just because it's different doesn't mean it's good, man.
We drafting Kid Leroy. What are we doing here? What he looks like a SoundCloud rapper out there.
I don't hate Grady Dick, but I'm very happy that he's
Ooh.
probably not going to be a Piston.
That's a sleeper guy that I think could be very good. Jalen Hood-Schifino.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
I thought you were
fucking
going to say Grady Dick.
No, I really don't get like the buzz around.
He's just what he's going to be, you know? Like there's like a lot of guys like Whitmore. I mean, we could talk about all these Hendricks, all these guys, Thompson. Like there's upside where you see them being this like stud. Like I just don't see that with Grady. I feel like he is what he is, you know?
I think he'd be a very good like role player.
Yeah. I mean,
He
what
is
the thing
what-
about like what Christian Braun did for
It's exactly
the
what I was
Nuggets.
gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like he is what Christian Braun is doing, but I did not expect Christian Braun to do that.
No.
So Grady Dick
And
is like, okay,
he did have a
should be,
pretty
like,
special playoffs. Like I don't know if that's who he's going to be like in the future, but
I mean, most of it wasn't like he was just hot. It was just like he's just hardworking and athletic,
yeah.
and like you can do that as long as you want. As
Yeah.
long as you care to
Man,
do
why does
that.
he look so Brandon Miller looks so sad? You okay, bro?
Oh, he knows that the court's gonna catch up with him.
Dude.
Sorry.
I stopped myself from making fun of you for saying he shot blanks in the tournament. No pun intended.
I didn't mean it, and then it sounded bad, so I. Thought
I know,
I'd
but
address
like the funniest part of it is saving that is not saying no pun intended.
it.
You
Sometimes
just
gotta-
gloss over it. It's all
I
good.
can't
We'll
control my wit sometimes.
it's all good. All right, I'm gonna turn the volume on a little bit. Let's get this going.
I'm gonna turn mine on too, because I actually want to hear what they're saying. Oh, they're like introducing them.
Yes, sir.
I've heard a lot of buzz about Bird actually.
Yeah. What about Bilal? Do you think he's a potential lottery guy?
I haven't watched him a lot, so I don't know.
I've only recently watched him just because there has been a lot of buzz that he could be a back end lottery guy.
Which one's name, man? Is he white? In the white?
Is he white?
Yep, I knew it. That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think the Pistons are gonna take
Future
this, all
Piston, right there.
I don't know if I want that, but I would be.
I kind of like it, dude. Alongside
There's players that's like, yeah.
Do you
There's
just want
players
you
that's
want a
like,
bigger guy though?
okay.
Is that your thing? Are you more looking for like a bigger 3-4, like a Whitmore, or do you not really care?
Yeah, like Whitmore, Hendricks.
Yeah, I actually
But,
really
like,
liked
he's not that
Whitmore.
much smaller, right? As far as like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, I don't really mean length. I meant more. I don't know. My thing with Whitmore, I've kind of been thinking about it and looking at it a lot. I feel like it's overstated a lot where you're like, you don't need these players to facilitate or be good passers or playmakers because you already have that on the team. And I think Whitmore is one of those guys who like could kind of like, you know, the stuff like Sadiq Bey did this last season where you're like, you got to make the right play, Deke. Like you're not like finding the guys. You're not like looking for the open man. You're just like in these bad ISO shot selection situations. And I think Whitmore, I'm worried about that a little bit.
Yeah, I would love like a Mikal Bridges, right? I think that's like a piece
Yeah.
that we would love to have. It's like a
Dude, that's
versatile
my
defender
dream.
that can score when he needs to. And I think that there are a lot of players like that. Like Hendricks can be like that. I think the Thompson brothers are like that. Whitmore might actually be a little less like that.
Yeah.
I think
He has
I
the
do
upside
kinda like.
athletically to like have that upside, but
I don't know if I'm like getting it in my head like with the body type, but I would love like a lanky, switchable defender like these guys that are kind of falling to this range are.
yeah.
Because like you said to your point, it's like Cade and Ivy are like our guys now. Like you're gonna be scoring, you're gonna be balls in your hands. Like who's gonna be our versatile glue guy?
Yeah.
And it's honestly not Scoop, Brandon Miller, Wemby anyway. Obviously, you change everything for some of those guys, but
Yeah. Great day to be a Spurs fan. Yeah. The Spurs are one of those
Great
teams
month.
I'm happy. I'm happy they
great
got them.
month to be a Spurs fan.
Yeah. Right.
It's the best part about it is like you win the lottery, but you just get to like soak it in until this night.
Right. And it still feels great when he gets announced and he's like putting the hat on and everything. Like you're still excited about it. That's how I felt with Cade.
Once you just get the thread zone. Yeah.
Oh, dude, we get to watch Cade play basketball again.
I know. I can't
So
wait.
excited. Can we get him in the summer league and just watch him go off? That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
No, I know.
But I just like that people are forgetting that Kate's a dog, And your three's coming up. And like, oh wait, that's right. Cade is like 25. Well, not 25, but like 21.77 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's that dude. And now we got Monty. Stop playing.
Are you gonna be watching? Are you watching it right now?
Yeah.
Let me know. I'm like kind of like messing around with other stuff and like doing the stream. Let me know when it's back on and I'll turn the volume on. I just got caught playing a Dr. Pepper commercial, so I'm gonna try to make sure I don't do that.
Panning over the Brooklyn Bridge right now.
Yes, sir.
World, it is New York City, but
let's go. All right,
Wemby's already signing Spurs jerseys.
Vegas, Atlanta to Arkansas. These prospects.
That's crazy. That is insane. Yeah, I like that Spurs jersey.
Dude, he literally looks like a Kid Leroy type person.
Their lives, they are about.
All right, now they're just doing their cute little intro.
How does everyone have like bedazzled suits, but Grady Dick still looks like he doesn't belong with his?
What am I missing with Grady Dick? Someone tell me. Like, I don't. A good 3-point shooter?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, so is Kyle Singler. What are we doing here? I don't understand. Let's see. Pros. Hustle. Okay?
There you go.
Anybody can do that. Feel for the game. I sure hope so if you're going to the draft. Oh, threat, catch and shoot threat. Okay. I can find that on waivers. So I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, no disrespect. Like, I get
waivers.
But, like, minus is lacks the burst off his dribble to create space and get all the way to the basket. That's kind of a big minus. Defensive
Plus,
liability at
player.
this stage of his career. Dude, it's like, okay, can't play defense and can't do anything but shoot the three. I don't get it. Why is that how bad this draft class is? Like, why are we putting him at top 10, 11, 12? I don't.
Yeah, I mean, like, who?
Give me Kobe Buffkin over him, honestly.
Okay, that's.
Yeah. Jalen Hutchifino, I'd take over him.
Hawkins, I would take over him.
Yeah, Hawkins is like flawless shooter. Defense, like it's just the same guy, but just plays defense. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean he's. I mean size maybe, although he's a little bit longer.
Yeah, I guess.
So what Hawkins like 6'5"?
Yeah, you're right. Small ball's not a thing anymore.
Warriors just traded for Chris Paul. Small ball.
Yeah, 4G lineup incoming.
Yeah. Draymond's out of there, and they replace him with like Bruce Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce Brown getting it back might be a mistake. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Feels like it to me.
I don't know,
if
man.
You thought Jalen Brown getting it back was a mistake? You cannot tell me Bruce Brown getting it back isn't.
Dude, my thing is though, I never trash former Pistons. I was thinking about that when Middleton like declined his option. And we're gonna kind of see what happens there. I don't know. I just think a lot of these guys are gonna end up going back. Like I could see Draymond go back. I think Middleton probably goes back. I just don't know how you.
But you were saying okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like I don't know. Like I don't think Middleton gets it back.
Yeah.
And like, where are you gonna go? Like, if you want to win, stay with Giannis.
Like, what are you chasing? You know.
Right. Oh, here we go.
With historic performances and unpredictable competition, we crowned a new all-time scoring leader. We watched a number 8 seed reach the finals.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if aliens took over this planet and get out of a spaceship to take over Earth, and Adam Silver is leading the front.
Congratulations again to the
I was gonna say something, but my thing was gonna be like, could you imagine Adam Silver just in everyday life? That's how he talks. Hello, I am Adam Silver. At the basketball game.
He's about to reach under his collar and like take like a fake mask off and be like a robot or.
You're really doing this alien thing, dude. We're never gonna be partnering with the NBA to do anything. If you keep...
He's a great commissioner. I love Adam Silver.
I do like. I mean, dude, compared to like other commissioners of other major leagues, Silver's pretty good.
This league
is great.
come
Stuff
to
he's never heard before. He's
in
got
front
thick
of a
skin.
global audience that spans
He's got very thick skin to hold those scales.
Exactly.
ushering the next wave of NBA players. Young men who come from different paths and different backgrounds.
Come on, Wemby. You got to know the camera's on you at all
together
times.
by their common dream of playing
Oh,
in
Dude,
the
look
boy.
at your phone
NBA.
for.
What? Why was Grady
So
Dick
let's
the
get
third guy we
party
panned
started.
to?
The first pick in the
All right, let's get going.
2023
Wemby stands up already.
They're like, no, not yet, not yet.
Who have 5 minutes to make their selection.
Dude, how about 5 seconds?
A smattering
Can you
of
imagine?
Spurs fans here
Brandon Miller. What?
Are you? What's your clock at right now? I just want to make sure like none of us.
I'm
are
like a
crazy
couple
yet.
of seconds. I'm 4:45 right now.
Yeah, 5 seconds ahead.
Dude, these animations are insane that they do for like these games and like the NFL primetime games.
I missed the Patrick Starr for Larry Nance dunk game. You remember that one?
Yeah.
All timer.
Dude, I somehow see that every 4 days. Just posted somewhere on like Twitter.
It's just so. Like that person probably got fired, but like it's like I told you this would go viral.
That was before they knew. Oh, dude. I don't know what it is with me and just like international players, but dude, I just love. A lot of people love Manu Ginobili. I'm not gonna act like I'm special, but Ginobili, Rubio, these guys are like in my weird random top 10 of Will's NBA players.
What makes him so special?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's the incredible combination of size, length, skill, and productivity. You know,
It is kind of annoying that the Spurs got the first pick. I'm sorry to Drew Sosa, but
Dang.
I mean,
what do you mean by that?
I was talking about it earlier. It's like I just like there's so many teams that have never won a ship. It's like why are we? Come on.
Yeah. Well, who would you want? Did you want Charlotte over Spurs if you had to pick?
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun to see LaMelo and Wemby. I do kind of like him getting to be, not that he wouldn't have an opportunity to be the guy if he went somewhere like Charlotte, but the Spurs is kind of that spot where it's like, okay.
It's
Kel-
the best.
Keldon, yeah.
It's the best scenario for me to have like the power, like the franchises that have been good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was the only scenario because of the odds. But
when you watch him play, your jaw is on the floor.
Like how? How?
Jaw is on the floor.
It's unbelievable. It feels
We've
like
never
every
seen this
single
before.
time.
I don't think he expected to have to talk about Wemby this long. I think he thought the pick was going to be in.
We have literally never seen.
Yeah, and it's just it's the combination.
yeah, I mean, they probably like they know they got casuals watching, so they gotta send some highlights.
I knew we did Wemby years ago. It's fate.
Back to the basket players. He plays
That was me and Cade, man.
and plays all
I'll make
over
the pick.
floor. Lateral
He said, "I'll make the
name
pick."
it. He really
All right, Cade for Wemby.
That's
Who says no?
Detroit.
Yes, sir. True.
Once he put on those buffs, he's set for life.
I was ready for this. So listen, I'm gonna go through a basic
She doing?
one dribble pull up, right? Imagine being 7'5" and doing this. So I'm
She's
putting the
showing
ball,
us a
right?
one
When
dribble
I catch
pull
the
up.
basketball, I have to stop my momentum right here. Let's just imagine.
Dude,
for a
JJ right now is
second,
like,
back step,
please
right?
sit
This is the defender, I
down.
wanna shift the defender this way. So I'm
It's
gonna
like,
lean
okay.
this way. The defender jumps. I'm 7'5". Now I have to stop all this momentum to go back this way to lose my defender. Put the ball on the floor.
What
which
is
has to
this?
travel 10 feet just to get to the floor because again, I'm 7'5".
I kind of like those kicks with the fit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a fire fit.
It's kind of clean. Yeah.
Leaning too far. This is what happens when I shot a pull-up jump shot. I would pull up and I would fall off balance, no coordination.
He said, "Wait, they didn't take me?"
Because it is extremely
I don't-
hard to do. The way
What
he's
is
on
taking so
balance,
long?
the core strength he has to elevate into his shots under control and hit them with consistency. I don't think people understand
Average.
how hard it is. JJ, you were
What?
an average shooter in your
Oh, JJ Redick, an average shooter.
She didn't even try to like do the.
I don't think she tried to diss him.
Right? But
Look,
really, can you imagine
I'm-
doing all that at 7'5"?
I can't because I topped out at 6'4" with a negative wingspan. So God
Negative
wasn't
wingspan.
as good to me. No, Jay brought
Is he
up something,
really?
really important here.
He's
It's the
joking.
productivity
What, 6'4"?
That really stands out.
Like
And when I
6'3"
think about his
wingspan.
Transition into the NBA.
His arms
Talk
weren't
about
that
some of the
small.
rules that are different
That's I think
FIBA
it's
in the
wingspan.
NBA.
Yeah.
Defensive 3 seconds. Freedom of
It
movement.
is a 6'3" wingspan. Oh.
He's gonna have
Jeez.
in the NBA.
I heard French and I felt it.
Doncic last year said it's way easier to score 30 points in the NBA versus Europe, and Wembanyama is going to benefit from all those things.
When you sat down with him, with your Old Man of the Three podcast, could you sense his maturity that he's
Oh, we got the
ready for that?
podcast name shout out there
I was blown
from Jay.
away by his
Old Man in the
sense
Three?
of self,
Old Man in the Three.
self-awareness,
Tell the people.
mentality, maturity, level-headedness,
ESPN, let them know.
Not a big Jay Billis guy.
No? What is it? You probably hear a lot. I mean, you're a big college guy, right?
What teenager says
Yeah,
I'm free
I
and truly
don't know.
believes it? Like that's the thing.
I'm also just not a big Duke guy, so that makes me biased. But
Yeah. Oh yeah,
okay,
that's fair.
two Duke guys up there, but
questions like
Dude, I was getting pretty nostalgic about like
never gotten an answer.
my life growing up watching sports. And I was watching like SportsCenter top 10 plays were playing, and I just remember like sitting at my kitchen counter with our like little Vizio TV, eating cereal, watching SportsCenter top 10. Dude, that was like, I grew up on that.
yeah. And like the not top 10 would come on, you're like, oh, I can't wait to chuckle.
Can't wait to chuckle.
Grew up watching Spurs players from France, Tony Parker and Boris Diaw. I mean, this is scripted, right?
What? Just this taking so long?
No, like the Wemby was a Spurs fan.
Oh, yeah.
In Las Vegas, he won the MVP.
No, I don't think it is. Second tallest player, such a.
Wait, do I have?
All right.
All right, I'm gonna be updating this draft board here. We've
Why is it
upgraded a
saying-
little bit. Wait, what's up?
They kept saying Victor Wembanyama starting point guard.
I mean, he just literally they just had the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio
It took
Spurs
5 minutes because
select
Adam Silver was practicing pronouncing his name. He's like, I'm not getting this wrong. They're gonna replay
He's doing
this
the
forever.
Google that's like playing the audio and the video. He's like looking for
Wembanyama.
interviews.
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
With his family. Every phone
All right, there we
in
go.
the arena is out capturing this historical moment.
The Spurs select.
Let's do it like
Wemby.
this.
Perhaps the greatest prospect to ever walk across this stage. He heads to San
All right, what do we?
Antonio,
what font are we
following
feeling?
the footsteps
I don't really like
of
the
Frenchman Tony
Arial
Parker,
black.
who he idolized growing up. Of Manu
Adam Silver is a
Ginobili,
robot.
fellow #1 picks, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, all of
Yeah,
whom
like
won
those rookie cards.
championships
No
with the
scripted, and I'll let it
franchise
slide.
under the tutelage of
I
Mike
would too,
Popovich,
Drew.
the winningest coach in league history. And at 7
Okay, it looks a lot worse than I thought it would look. Let's make this a little thicker.
He is where the league's past
That's not too bad.
meets its present, a dominant big man for the modern era.
Boom.
Singularly unique, and I'm using unique correctly because there are no gradations of unique. You can't be very unique or the most unique.
Here, Jake.
I had to do that for my wife. She's an English
Yeah.
major.
Oh, did I go Ben?
Duke?
Wham
No,
bam.
we're not starting the Dookies
Wham
here.
banyama.
Here we go.
But your point about the shot blocking.
Yeah, now they're saying
Essentially,
center.
Rudy Gobert played in the same league.
Right.
Played 27 games.
I saw that. Like I saw it on that, but
34 games,
Ooh, I like
over
the.
50 more
I do like the all black with a chain.
I mean, that's significant.
yeah, he knew. He's like, I got ready. I'm gonna match this hat.
He's got a great
He's the privilege other people don't.
He only shoots
Oh, that's
about
true. I didn't even think about that.
30% From three, but I think that's going to improve because he's got really good mechanics. He's the real deal.
How tall is Adam Silver?
You just have to
Massive.
watch it and you'll see. You don't have to look
Silver's
at
pretty
it,
tall.
watch it and you know.
He just looks so short. I feel like when I see him doing things.
Very generational talent,
I think he's
because
pretty
he
tall,
certainly
like,
is,
low-
and
like,
there's actually some
quietly.
numbers to back that up. He already
probably
is at the
6'2",
top of the
6'3".
NBA in the record
Dude,
books. He's
fever
listed
dream
as
animation
7'5"
incoming.
in sneakers. He'll be the 6th tallest all time. You can see where that stacks up. Only guys like Taco Fall were taller than him. Yao Ming.
He's literally just
wingspan, the complex
Bol Bol
is shorter. He's
with
tied for the third
a better
longest
shot.
ever wingspan, which is just wild to see. And then, I mean, I have a hard enough time finding size 9
yo.
that
I
I
had
like.
to beg for this size shoe in the store today.
So, do they have a 20 and a half?
No,
Because,
probably not.
because that's what he wears.
Custom made.
When you look at Victor Wembanyama, what
There's a lot of time on the pick we knew was gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't love it. 15 minutes on it.
All right, Charlotte Scoot.
Of serendipity to the max degree. This is Greg Popovich
Dude,
talking
that
about
duo.
himself. That just got magnified.
Do you think they're gonna talk themselves out of it with the fit?
Jay's got Brandon Miller over him. And Cam Whitmore over Eamon Thompson. Wow.
He's a dude. I mean, if there was anyone that was gonna be a college over OTE guy,
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, let's see how far how far down Asara is. Oh, he's 7.
You can see the company he's joining, Elite Company, as the #1 pick, and he is standing by with our Monica McNutt.
Oui, oui.
Aww.
Okay.
Okay, I like this girl.
Victor, bienvenue à la NBA. Tell me what this emotion, tell me about these tears.
Tell me about these tears.
Accomplishing something that I've been dreaming of, my whole life. Hearing that sentence from Adam Silver, I've dreamed of it so much that, I gotta cry, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
Victor's brother. Are you playing basketball?
What has it been like watching your brother in this pursuit?
That's amazing. We are so proud. We are very happy for you. We are
For the
happy
money.
for the family,
Whoa.
for the friends, for everything, for
You
the
make a
basketball.
lot of money.
That's so amazing. I knew that I was gonna have tears because every time I thought about this sentence, like
It's so
the first
wholesome.
week and everything, I got this little tears in my eyes, and I knew that I wasn't gonna let.
Oui, oui.
That's great.
Victor, I do have to ask you though. You have been labeled generational talent. So many people are thrilled about your potential in the NBA. And you have said that you don't feel pressure because it's just basketball. How do you begin to
That's a
leave
bar right
your
there.
mark on this league?
Just basketball.
I mean, it's a tough league. It's tough to win this league. Many players have tried to win for years, for decades, and haven't made it. So my goal is I'm gonna try and learn as quick as possible because I want to win that ring.
Well, you are going to a storied organization in the San Antonio Spurs.
God, I'm a damn Spur.
You are a Spurs.
I'm a damn Spurs.
Okay. Dang, he looking like a snack.
Sohan is here to welcome you.
Hey.
Merci.
Let's go.
Jeremy
Okay, that's
is
cool.
the
That's cool.
current player with the Spurs. Victor and family, congratulations. We're going to go to Marty
What?
Smith, who is in San Antonio.
Oh my goodness.
Wemby's like, I don't want to go here anymore.
What are they doing? Yo, what's up, Travis? How's it going?
Yo.
Yo.
Look at this dude.
Look at this dude.
It's what's his name? He's a college football guy, right? He's one of the SEC guys.
Yeah. Oh, the pick is in. Let's go.
I don't want it to be Brandon Miller. I kind of just want chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think a team trade?
What are we doing? Okay. It doesn't really look like him, but-
Wembantonio?
What's up, boys? Playing a little X Defiant and watching the draft.
Ooh, ayo.
JJ, are you next with that haircut?
Absolutely not.
The emotion of Victor Wembanyama, I mean, a historical
Oh, the pinky
moment
ring.
as he walked across the stage. He said that he had been imagining what it would sound like with his family.
Scoot doesn't look
And
happy.
now that moment has arrived, and Charlotte is on the clock. Who will they be
Dang.
selecting?
Oh, on the phone.
Second workout this week, but
Wow.
expected.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Brandon Miller would be headed to the
Dude,
Charlotte Hornets. Let's find out
it's
definitively
tough, dude,
what's
because I
happening.
like Brandon Miller.
With the second pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Charlotte
Wow.
Hornets select Brandon Miller.
Dude, I don't think they're gonna regret it, man. But I just Scoot. Scoot is just him.
Brandon Miller,
Scoot's that dude.
the SEC Player of the Year, the newcomer
Wow.
of the year. Mitch
So,
Kupchak,
What happens here? You think we see a
Yeah.
trade?
for Miller's season
Dude,
high
Portland, their phone's
41
blowing up right now.
Yeah.
back in February.
Hey, what are you sending?
Can you trade
Bogey?
at night?
Ball at his side.
Bogey.
Bogey 5?
That's exactly what
What if they did like, oh, would you be upset if they did like Bogey, Ivy?
Oh, Dude, Ivy's so tough because I would want Scoot more than Jaden Ivy, but like Ivy is a Piston. Like he just is a Detroit Piston.
I know, he really is.
Like, can you imagine? He would cry as much as he did getting drafted if he ever got traded.
I agree. I don't want that to happen to him.
I couldn't think about that. His mom too. Oh,
Yeah,
that would break my heart.
I'd rather have Ivy.
And there you see his finishing has improved.
You guys can have Bagley.
Yeah, you guys want Bagley and Wiseman?
We got Wiseman's first overall pick.
We got Livers. I actually really like Livers.
Yeah, I kind of like Livers too.
I'm practicing golf with friends.
Let's go, dude.
Uh-oh. Whirlpool.
Tricky. Look out.
That's his go. Paul George is his go.
You're so excited about
Yeah, did you see that Paul George goat stuff?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It's hilarious.
There's a lot of good memes about it. Wait, they didn't show any highlights from the tournament.
You talk about
Bah.
competitive edge is that South Carolina. You talked about that game. He showed competitive edge. He showed emotion. He scored 41 points in that game.
Lonzo Mourning and Emeka
Team
Okafor
scored
and
more
Emeka
than
Okafo.
10. He put the
Okay.
team on his back.
Dude, do you want to? I kind of want to see a trade happen. Oh, I didn't.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I think we can, and I would love to. I love chaos. We have 5. It's like give me some chaos. I don't have high expectations for what we're doing, right? It's like if we had like 2, I'd be like, just please make a sound decision. But like now, it's like just stir the pot.
Stir the pot.
We got Brandon Miller and family getting seated on
Dude,
the
I.
Brandon, congratulations. Thank you. You told me yesterday that originally
Would you, if the Pistons had the 2nd overall pick, are you taking Scoot still?
No.
Because Miller's the fit. That's a funny thing. We're talking about Charlotte in the fit. Dude, Miller's the fit even more than in Charlotte for Detroit.
Yeah, no, I would definitely take Miller.
Yeah.
I would be like, there would be like still that back in my mind. It's
Yeah.
Like,
It's definitely one of my dreams, so it's just a good moment to be here.
Yeah, the thing with like, I think people get pretty dramatic about this kind of stuff, and like Scoot should have been the pick 100%. Like Brandon Miller's going to be a good NBA player, but I know Scoot's going to be a good NBA player.
That they're getting a great kid, you know, a great young man.
Great young man.
Great character, and he's gonna bring a lot to the city of Charlotte, you know. I think once
he said,
dude, the dad did not think he was getting interviewed. They handed him the mic, and he goes,
I know.
What?
It took a minute.
Wait a second.
It's like crap.
Wait, you sure about that? They're gonna get a great young man. I think Charlotte's gonna like this boy.
Do they like 5th pick? Are they gonna interview 5th pick? Surely.
Oh yeah, I remember it pretty deep in the lottery. I feel like got interviewed.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Like a short interview. Like I mean, these like top guys are like.
It's getting intensive, I think.
I don't want to see Grady Dick interview. I'm sorry.
I don't know what
I'm
we're
just
doing.
a huge hater.
I have no idea what we're doing, and I like that a lot.
It's fun. It's fun.
Wow.
I guess not wow, because like I think you can still like you think they moved Dame? Not right now.
I think they have a nice setup too now.
Right. I mean they have. If you want the rebuild to start,
maybe that's why they
build it
didn't
around
do it yet,
Scoot.
and they were just like, let's see if we can get Scoot and then we trade him.
Yeah. Like I think the whole like yeah. It's kind of interesting though. Do you think what do you think the conversations were like with Dame and this 3rd pick? And do you think there was a pretty hardcore like if you're making this pick?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Dame was like, I want to trade it, and they're like, okay, and it gets out to the public and trade 3rd pick for if they were like, okay, like yeah, well we could trade you, and then they came back and were like, all right, let's just see if we can like solidify Scoot, and then we'll trade you. I don't know.
Dude, Portland could be a pretty fun team if they got some like young fun players, and you've got like Anthony, Scoot, Sharp.
They've been one of those limbo teams for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. You think Dame ever runs from the grind?
Yeah, I want him to. Like
I
he's
do
already
too.
cemented himself as like a respectable, loyal guy.
Yeah.
But like you can still leave. It's okay.
Dame is like the. What other players like this? Is there any other player more than Dame that you would be like, go to your super team, Dame, you've earned it? Like, is there any other player in the NBA that you think
Now?
earns it more at Dame's level?
Probably not.
Yeah, I
No
don't
way.
think so either.
With the third pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson from Marietta, Georgia.
All right, there's gonna be a lot of conversations to be had.
Team Ignite.
It really, this pick happening does make it really interesting for the whole Dame dynamic, because we were talking about Scoot being that, like, if Scoot goes 3, that's your kind of leverage to trade Dame.
I think we're perfect on our mock draft so far. I mean, he has 3 picks, but we had Wemby, Miller, Scoop.
Yeah, and it was funny. We said the same thing we did off the immediately, where it was like, we'd go Scoop, but man, I could see Charlotte talking themselves into the fit, and I kind of get it, because we kind of did it with our Pistons. Like,
Yeah.
I could see it.
28-9 against Victor Wembanyama. Not a bad showing. Is that Casey Wallace?
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, is this Amen here?
Yeah, but I don't want it to be.
There was just so much. Like, he was your 4 before, and then there were a lot of good reports, like off the workout and everything. And
it's probably Amen. I would, if it's not, then I'm getting really giddy again.
getting Josh
But
Giddey
it's
again.
gotta be.
Dude, I mean, how big do you think the gap is between Amen and NSR?
Not super big, but I don't. If they don't go Amen, I think they'd go like Cam or Hendricks. It just, I honestly don't think this Rockets should take Amen. I'm gonna be honest. I think they need more like solid, different guys. Like, Amen just feels like another one of those like flashy, longer, do it all guy. Like they have
got
so many
KPJ,
guys.
Green,
Jabari, Sengun, like they have so many guys. Like they just need like give me someone that can just play. I mean, he can play defense. Actually, I think Asar's a better defender. They need defense.
I think he's a little more complete. Like overall player.
Amen.
I think you could argue that, like, overall, I'm talking like defensively as well. Like, I feel like when you say complete player, a lot of people think about like shooting, passing, and it's just like offensive, but I think he is a little bit of a better defender.
Yeah.
It's also really hard to tell with OT.
It's like you already there's such a high pace. They have so many twitchy, fast scoring guys already. Like, you really just need another one of those. Like, when are you gonna get these guys like Cam or Asar or these just solid defensive guys?
Yeah.
That like you're gonna end up needing. Like, they have so many guys that are just like, I guess Sengun's one of those good defensive guys, but still.
The Rockets don't deserve it. I love that. I don't know what it is. I think Jalen Green sparked my distaste of the Houston Rockets.
I think Silas didn't help either. Silas didn't really help keep that team together.
Yeah.
You took time to hug every one of your siblings at the table before you went to the stage.
Okay, now this dad was ready to interview.
Why was it important to take that moment?
He's like reaching for the mic a little bit.
He's like, let me take this scooter. Let me take the scooter.
No matter who's calling me, I'm blessed to be here. I gotta thank the ones that got me here in the first place. That's what I had to do.
Mom, Crystal, Dad, Chris,
Is that a rainbow grill?
told me at age 5,
I think so.
your son was special. You could see that this day would come. Now that it's here, what's going through your mind?
It's amazing.
Oh.
Amazing. Amazing. God is good.
What?
He's worked really hard.
I was just like expecting the dad to take it. He just looked like he was ready.
Now, with that in mind,
Oh.
Crystal, I know your model is
Let him talk.
play hard or don't play. And this is just the beginning, right?
Rockets are taking a while.
The Trailblazers getting and adding Scoot Henderson to their organization.
They getting a dog. They getting a dog.
Ooh, they getting a dog. Dude, that's so true though. That's exactly what you would say if somebody asked who the Blazers were getting.
What?
He said she asked him about that, and Scoot said they're getting a dog, and I said that's what Kanye would say if he was asked.
100%. LeVar Ball?
your dad on the side, you know, cheering. At the same time, I mean, I'm a perfectionist, so.
I'm a perfectionist.
Who's nodding his head is like, yeah, he is.
Come on.
They're taking their time, dude. Are they shopping this one?
Which is weird because I mean, who thought this 3 wasn't happening this way? You know?
Right, exactly. I wonder if they're getting calls.
Third time in the modern draft era that 2 of the first 3 picks in the draft, they did not actually play college basketball. And now the Houston Rockets, they are on the clock. Let's just take a look at how we got to where the Rockets are now. They hired Ime Udoka, remember, as their new head coach. They selected in the
Give me your rank. Well, while we're waiting on this, rank your head coaching hires. Where's Udoka? Monty Williams 1.
Monty's 1, yeah. Come on, don't play with me. That's not even biased. Mine's 1. Udoka's probably 2. Maybe like Udoka.
Yeah.
The whole like storylines aside, Udoka's a good coach.
Yeah.
So
how far down is Vogel?
That stuff, but probably the bottom, honestly. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Like even when it was like with LeBron and the Lakers, like I didn't get it, and that's like a going to LeBron where it's like you don't. The coach is like, okay, what is the coach doing?
Right.
I still.
Do you think it's like that? You think KD and Book get in the air and are like, just pick a guy.
Get us a clone. All right then.
Monty cared a little too much.
Well, the player
Pick
that
his
we
in.
had is Amen Thompson. I mean, he is a point guard. He's 6'7", so he plays with he fits in with that group. But another thing, when you talk about this being a young team, to me, Amen, both of the twins, but talking Amen here, they've been.
It's awkward. It's awkward. He's sitting next to him.
Guard versions of Tim Duncan. They just want to hoop. They're not worried about anything else. Until a few weeks ago, they had.
Yeah, he definitely just got picked. That's annoying.
All
right. Well, we got our top 4 right.
Yeah.
Mine's
Dude,
probably
freaking ping pong balls. Unlucky ping pong balls.
They gotta change it, man.
What do you change it to?
Like the NHL way,
What's
probably.
it? Well, how does NHL set up?
It's lottery, but it's like more inflated. Like it's not like the top 4 share percentage. It's like,
it's more drastic.
It's still like a 2%, something like that, drop down, but it's like 1 gets the most, 2, 3, 4, and then it's if you get jumped, everything just moves down 1. So it's not like you. It's not like
the same odds as before.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like you just move down 1. The whole board does. So it's like it's still top loaded.
Ooh, all right. I feel like we know.
Yeah, it stinks. All right, let's just talk about the Pistons.
With the 4th pick in the 2000
Amen.
NBA draft,
My bad.
the Houston Rockets
I'll get that in my school. Amen.
You are known. Me too. For the NBA player name pronunciations.
Yeah, I gotta get on.
Remember DeJounte? Wait. What was DeJounte Murray?
It's DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, but what was it?
DeJounte Murray. Anyway, Pistons are on the clock, Will.
All right, let's do it.
Stat Panda.
Guaranteed top 3.
Guaranteed top 3 pick for the worst team.
Okay. Oh, he's talking about the NHL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know. Like do you think the NFL should adopt something similar to NHL, or do you think tanking is not as big of a?
Yeah, no. It's not because it's such like the game amount makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
Like 16 games or 17 games, you can't. Like tanking is just you just don't do it with 17 games. And if you do, it's so glaring obvious.
And it's pretty rare too. I feel like the only time that tanking really gets discussed is when there's like a Trevor Lawrence and 2 teams are tied for the best odds. But even this the Bears, right?
Exactly.
Didn't
or like the Texans won like a late game to give
the Bears the pick. Yeah, they beat the Colts, I think. That like the meaningless game for them to get Stroud instead of Bryce Young.
I have no idea what we're doing here.
I don't either. What do you want? Give me your top 3.
I don't even know. I can be convinced into anything, honestly. That's kind of the nice part about this. Is like, I'm not set on anybody.
Right.
I think I'm getting towards. Asar, Hendricks, or Cam.
I think
I'm hooked on like the lengthy versatile defenders.
Trade would just be fun. But I don't know like what that would actually look like.
He is also a good finisher. We mentioned the 74% finishing rate at the rim and can play above the rim.
I think I'm on Asar or Hendricks. I'm off Cam.
And the main reason I'm even off Cam is just, and I hate doing this, but just stuff that I've heard in like the past week and a half with like medical concerns and the workouts not going great. Because I did really like Cam. I think Cam was my pick. I think when we first did the mock.
Yeah.
But I think I'm fine with Asar.
I wouldn't hate a trade. It'd be kind of annoying.
I know, but what do you think the trade would even look like? It's kind of the tough thing because the Pistons aren't really like the Blazers were a team that were like, okay, we see this trade. You get yourself Paul George or whatever, like, you know, you start doing something like that. You get Dame another guy. But for the Pistons, it's kind of like, yeah, you could get a guy, but I mean, what team is trading to 5 and trading a guy at that stage, you know?
Always wanted to execute. He always wanted to master all the skills. And today, for him to be rewarded to being the number 4 pick in the NBA draft, I know he's feeling great, and I'm feeling so good for him.
He wrote that beforehand, and he executed well.
Happy beyond belief. So the smile is radiating. Amen. Our analysts are talking a ton about your athleticism, and you're joining a Houston Rockets team led by Ime Udoka that already has athletes. What are you excited about in terms of the basketball?
Dude, the Rockets, I hate to say this, they're going to be a really interesting team to watch. I feel like we memed.
For like 3 years, though.
No, but our big thing has been like they're just not coached well, and they're just a bunch of guys that are just playing street ball. But like that's not what Udoka's going to do, you know. So I think it'll be interesting to see like how he actually saves this. Fill in your sheet. Oh, good call. I didn't want to believe it was true. Dang, why do you gotta yell at me like that? What are you, our production guy? Actually, you have helped with some production stuff, I will say.
Rookie of the Year shout out. Good luck on that team.
No, he's gonna get it.
He is a little undersized for like but like so is Asar then, I guess. But
yeah,
I guess wingspan helps, but
oh yeah,
like 6'6".
I mean, they're just like lengthy, thin guys. Chat. That would actually be kind of sick. If you play 0 games in your first season, you're eligible for Rookie of the Year in your second.
Yeah, I forgot about Chat for Rookie of the Year. I think he's like second best odds. Second and third. The boys.
The boys.
All right, pick us in.
So now a man gets to stand by to watch that same thing. It's something that's really special.
Yep. Yeah, we have. Let's listen to this.
Now on the clock, of course, they have hired Monty Williams as the highest-paid head coach in NBA history here. When you're looking at the Pistons, what do you want to see here, JJ?
Well, they have a very strong backcourt for the future, and Cade Cunningham, assuming he's healthy this year, and Jaden Ivey, who was really good, particularly towards the end of the year. Jalen Duren is another young player that they have. I think they go with a forward here.
And they are
okay, didn't need that.
High picks in these recent drafts. They have another one. The pick is in. Let's head to Commissioner.
With the 5th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons
Watch the Pistons name, but all right.
Okay. Pictons. The Pictons.
Come on, Adam.
All right.
Come on, low bro.
Oh, I forgot they're both A.
He said, "I'm nowhere near as good
Oof.
as I can be.
I like that.
Dude, this is what I was talking about before. This is the rivalry.
It's true.
Except they're like bros, though. It's just going to be fans having a rivalry of which bro's better. Dude, he's going to be... Dude, this summer league's going to be fun.
Good defender.
He's an MVP, right?
Yep.
Finals MVP?
elite NBA athlete again.
I mean,
Not a great shooter, shoots about 30% from three, although he improved that toward the end of the season. But a really good cutter. But where I think he can stand out,
I don't know. I think the other brother's a bust.
he's a good passer.
I've been watching film.
He's got the ability to be an elite defender.
Let's go.
When I watch Asar Thompson play, he's like a Swiss Army knife to me, right? Like, you can use him in so many different situations, and he has success. He's an athletic wing. When you talk about young talent being added to this Detroit Pistons team, he can get...
Dude, what a fun team. Cade? Ivy? Asar? Bogey Duran? You think Bogey plays a full year as a Piston?
The defensive aspect, though,
I
is
doubt it.
110%. My favorite part of his game, because coming into the league, sometimes it's going to be difficult to score.
The tough thing is, though, I feel like, I don't know. Like, don't you feel like a move would kind of happen?
Get out of here!
Come on!
Of course, Cade Cunningham only played in 12 games this past season due to injury, so it's going to be interesting to see what a full and
I'm happy we have Monty too. Monty is just like, he is the coach that I think can like capture potential. Like, he's a really good like players coach.
That is just so incredibly special. And now Asar Thompson, he is with our very own Monica McNutt.
All right.
Asar, you just said to me, it was crazy that we were drafted back-to-back. How are you feeling in this moment?
I'm super excited. You know, I never seen anything like this, so it feels nice to make history with the men. You know, we're doing it.
Personally, though, Houston and now your
That man's a bust.
a team that is looking to build culture, to start getting wins. They add your athleticism, your prowess on the defensive side of the basketball. How excited are you about the opportunity?
Super excited. I'm super excited to, you know, meet my coaches, meet my teammates, and just grow with them. You know, I'm trying to contend. You know.
Troy, you were a blueprint of sorts for your brothers. They heard their names back-to-back. They made history tonight as their older brother, as the guy in the driveway hooping with them and beating them up until a certain point. How proud are you of the work that they put in to get here?
I mean, this is just one of the most amazing days I've ever been around. I mean, it's a great moment. I'm proud of both of them. Houston got one of them.
All right, what do you think Orlando's doing here?
They picked quick.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Orlando's a mess.
I just, you know, I'm always confident. I always believe in myself. I'm always gonna believe in myself. And you know,
who's the tallest available player? That's what they did. They went to the Excel sheet that had all the players, and they just sort and filtered by height.
To see that they really took that as 9-year-olds and
Harris Walker, maybe.
I can see Walker. Dude, I like him.
Hendricks.
like Asar said, to see them back to back.
I don't think Black.
The world is just opening.
I don't think they'd go Grady. I'm gonna say
what's in store, so
yeah, I could see Walker.
I'm gonna say Taylor Hendricks.
I'm gonna go Cam. I'm gonna stick with my guns. That's who I wanted the Pistons to pick initially. They do have 11 too.
Monica, thank you. A little history has been made here. To your point earlier, JJ, 4 of the top 5 picks outside of American colleges that ties the most.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
With the 6th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Anthony Black.
Wow! What a reach! Holy!
Don't love that.
6th.
I don't get it.
He was the only Arkansas player to start every game this last season, and I had a conversation with
I don't
him
get it.
earlier this week, and he told me that he was unranked, right, until his last summer of AAU.
You think they filtered by guard?
A real piece of his identity.
And just. I like. Okay, I think he deserves to be a lottery pick, but I really don't get top 8 at all. What do you think? It's just athleticism?
I mean,
he's just that Swiss Army guy.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's fun. He has an incredible energy about him. I mean, this is an exciting. I'm already picturing him and Paolo Banchero playing alongside.
Oh, is that the Baylor guy? What's his name? Isaiah?
This is going to be an
Gosh, what's his name? Let alone for our team. What's his name? It's he played for Baylor. He has the eye disease. And he got like the honorary draft.
Oh.
Name.
Dude, that hat, that looks so goofy. I love it.
Yeah, Austin. Yeah, Isaiah Austin. That's who that was.
Stuff at the end of last year, they're going to have to add shooting. You would have to assume they're going to look for that with the 11th pick later on in the draft.
And with Anthony Black, you don't get the shooting piece right now, but you get an exciting playmaker.
Yeah, man, I just like that's a like you don't get the shooting.
One of the things Orlando likes best about him, he's got a ridiculously high basketball IQ. Plays very well in transition.
The defense is nice.
Defender, and he takes pride on the defensive end.
He's a good guard defender. I'm really trying to like find a way to make it make sense for me.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have like a big versatile guard, I guess. Like they have just small guards that can shoot. So
you got Cole Suggs, and I am kind of I'm kind of a Suggs hater.
Very different from him. So
yeah, I'm kind of a Suggs hater. So I get like wanting a guy that can do some of the things that he can do as just like a long guard.
Yeah, I can see how the fit makes sense, like honestly, but I think it's like you really couldn't get him at 11. I don't know, because they have 11 too, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like you might miss out on some of these good shooters. I don't know, because I feel like the other shooters that you might want to grab at 11 like are also guards. I guess I don't know if you care about that.
I mean, Hendricks isn't. It'd be like. I mean, Cam's not the best shooter, but it'd be like Cam or I guess Grady would be the next guy, but I wouldn't take Grady at 6 either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much
I'd rather
overvalue that aspect.
I'd rather have Kobe.
Do you remember that, Anthony?
What was it? I didn't hear.
8th grade. Nobody said you were going to be anything.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been hearing that my whole life, so it's cool.
Dang.
How much do the naysayers motivate you?
A lot. You know,
dude, what were you hearing in 8th grade?
I feel bad. I feel bad.
We're talking trash, and he's talking about how no one told he's gonna be.
I do feel bad.
What were you hearing in 8th? Like, I'm trying to go back to 8th grade. What was I hearing?
I was gonna make a joke. Oh, Travis had Isaiah Austin. Thank you, Travis. As we talk about, like my brothers would say to me, brothers that are fighting. I'll just leave that at home.
They told you weren't gonna be nothing. They said you will never.
Yeah, but they weren't wrong.
You will never post YouTube videos.
You'll never be in the NBA. Yeah, dude.
I mean,
probably not.
Probably not. I'm not that great.
Wow.
The Indiana Pacers select Bilal Coulibaly.
There he is. I asked about him, man. I asked the question.
Is that not early?
I mean, he's been getting like end of the lottery buzz.
Why are we drafting defensive studs 6 and 7? I mean, yeah, defense was championships. In the NBA though, does it really?
Yeah,
that's an interesting one.
Who would you have gone there? You like? I think Hendricks was a pretty popular Pacers pick.
Or Jarris.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely forward, right? So
is any part of you like you see these picks go off the board and you're kind of like, man, these guys that I kind of thought the Pistons were gonna go with are like still sitting there. I would have thought I would not have put these guys remotely near 5 or 6. I mean, I would have had
honestly,
Cam. I would have had Jarris.
Maybe that shows that like we actually did end up getting a good slot. right? Like,
right.
does
Yeah, if
that
this is
not
6
show that
and
there's a tier
7.
break off of like really it went from All-Star to Anthony Black? Like maybe we got lucky getting 5 then.
Yeah, that
Because
tier.
we
I
did
mean,
do one of those tiers, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
fair. Yeah, for me, if I was like building out tiers, and I don't know, I'm not gonna pretend like I know more than NBA scouts and these front offices, but I would have had a pretty decent sized tier that would have had Cam and Walker and Hendricks closer to the top, and then another tier that these guys are in. So that might be true.
It's so crazy. He's 6'8", and he looks like he's 5'10" next to Wemby. How tall is he?
He's like, I think he's like 6'7".
6'7", yeah. 6'7", look at that.
All right, Washington. Who's the rebuild guy at 8?
I mean, now
You're probably happy the guards.
Yeah,
guards are off the board. I mean, I don't know how much you.
Oh, they pick quick. It's got to be like a Hendricks or Jarris Walker.
Yeah, I can see that.
KP's gone, right?
Yeah.
So another forward. Kuzma's opting out. They have a ton of guards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those two. They probably need scoring with what they lost, so I'd probably go Taylor Hendricks.
I mean, you got. Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, you could argue that Cam gives you scoring too. I don't know. How low do you think teams are on Cam? Are you kind of buying those like end of the lottery report stuff?
Like,
and teams not liking him as much?
Hendricks is definitely a more impactful offensive player
Yeah.
than Cam.
No, I agree. I think, yeah. No, I agree. I think Cam does give you scoring, but I agree.
But he doesn't like create his own shot. But now you have, I guess you don't really have like a true, like you have Tyus and Poole.
Yeah, you got Poole as kind of a.
Is Hendricks ceiling higher than a guy like Jarris though? I don't know. Hendricks feels like a good like high
Poole can be
guy.
yeah.
Which is maybe why I'm kind of like can get behind Asar more, because Asar's probably definitely got a higher ceiling than those other guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of movement coming out of Washington this week, so let's bring in
Yeah, man, what a wild week.
Why is this pick on the move?
Oh.
I'm told that the Pacers are trading back one with the Washington Wizards. Koulibaly, I'm told, is selected for the Wizards. There's certainly be a package coming back to Indiana.
There you go.
But they've
wow.
been targeting Jarris Walker of the University of Houston, but they'll be picking here.
The dude's mound on popcorn. These guys got traded. Okay, there you go. So, wait.
So
Indiana gets Walker.
It's just a swap? And the little package?
A little extra, yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm just.
They move back one.
Ted Leonsis, the owner, upon hiring Michael Winger as his new president, that if he wanted to tear down the roster, he had the green light to do so. And now a month later, just today, Winger completed the deal for Bradley Beal with the Phoenix Suns. 6 second-round picks, 4 pick swaps in that deal. Then, of course, moving on Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors for 24.
I'm gonna make you do this streaming thing one day, just so you can like appreciate how annoying it is to like move all the stuff around while we're doing these like draft streams. Not that you don't appreciate it.
I'm like, no, you're right. You can keep going. Oh, you're moving the. Let's see.
I was torn between liking trades because it's fun and not liking trades because I have to adjust the stream stuff. All right, so that's right? They're swapping. So this 8th pick is actually who the Pacers are taking.
Correct.
Okay.
With the 8th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Jarris Walker.
He gives me like Isaiah Stewart vibes.
Yeah.
Jarris Walker on the board for Washington, but of course we know is going to Indiana, as our Adrian Wojnarowski just reported. All of his stats, he's a winner. They all went up in the NCAA tournament. His coach, Jonathan Thompson, he told me just meant so much for him. He played for him all the time. But the story that stands out to me the most, Jay, about Jarris Walker is he started all but one game in high school. And the one game he didn't start was his senior year, and he didn't start because it was senior
Okay.
night, and he wanted to give that opportunity to another senior. So he decided to come off of the bench to let his teammates.
Dude, how pumped are you that
so much about who this young man is.
Jalen Duren looked as good as he looked last year? Because can you imagine the world where he like didn't show a lot, and we're just like, we've got Wiseman, Bagley, Duren, and we're like, we really need to address this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just lifts a fifth of the roster shoulder, like literally.
For sure. That Bagley contract doesn't look as bad when you think about having Jalen Duren on the team. They're not that they're related at all, but it just helps you stomach it a little bit more.
It wasn't even like that bad. Like he put in some good work. I guess we didn't really matter because it's not like we won games, but
yeah.
His numbers are almost identical to Draymond Green when he was at Michigan State, except for the passing. Green was a better passer certainly than Jarris Walker, but he's got a ton of ability. And the power that he plays.
Dude, that was the nice thing. I mean, well, I'll make this about the Pistons while we're kind of on it, but
perfect.
Underrated aspect of the Pistons season and no Cade was we got to see some stuff from, you know, guys like Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey in like bigger roles, and both of them like were way better passers than anyone anticipated. Like that was like a big knock on both of them offensively.
Yeah.
That like Ivy couldn't be, and he was just kind of like thrust into that role.
Yeah, it definitely answered a lot of questions that would have been had for a while if Cade was healthy.
Yeah,
right?
and Ivy shot like, I mean, Ivy shot a lot better than I thought he was gonna from three. Like I really thought he was gonna be like a 20, like a mid 20, high 20s guy, and we were gonna be like, ugh, come on, like maybe he'll improve on that. But no, he's pretty solid. What was it? Was he like 30? Was he low 30s?
I would think so. I can look it up here for you.
Yeah, he was 34% from three. 41% from the floor, but he actually shot a lot of threes. A lot of threes. All right, we got Jazz here.
Yep.
Big names still on the board. We got Hendricks still there. I think he was a pretty popular Jazz guy.
Yeah.
Just to kind of fill out that big spot.
Yeah, he'd be a perfect low like three for them.
Yeah. Man.
Need starting point guard, 3-point shooting. So it's got to be Hendricks. Who's next guard on the board? Grady?
Yeah, Grady Hawkins is a little down.
Jalen Hoshifino, dude, I love Hoshifino.
How far does?
I mean, I watch Hoshifino a lot because I watch a lot of Big Ten basketball.
Oh my
but I
goodness!
really like
How
him.
far down does Jay have Hawkins?
Kobe, man, you got him at 9, dude. He's a dookie. He hates Michigan.
Gosh, where is he?
Who?
He's not even on the board.
Thank you so very much. We're gonna take a quick break.
Talking about Jordan Hawkins.
Jazz are on the clock, and a night that started with Victor Wembanyama being taken number 1 overall by the
Got
San
Hood
Antonio
Shafino.
Spurs. He will be joining us live on set in just a little bit.
Did he have Nick Smith Jr. over Hawkins? Did I see that?
Yes.
Jay,
He's probably just going off of like.
what are we doing?
I can see that. That might seem weird to you, but I can see that.
From what perspective? Just like an NBA perspective?
Yeah, of like playmaking perspective, like his ceiling for playmaking is way higher than Hawkins.
That's
and like
fair.
Nick Smith, like you can work on shooting much more than you can work on being a playmaker. Like being a playmaker is more of like an innate IQ thing.
Yeah. But I think the NBA has moved so much more towards like finding players who are so good at their role.
Yeah.
And there's
But,
not
like,
a
when
lot of
the role
players that
is-
can shoot like Hawkins in this draft.
Right. But when the role is shooting the three, the NBA has also moved so much towards that like there is starting to become a surplus of
You
three-point
kind of need
shooters.
to do more. Okay, that's fair.
Exactly. Like you know how many Torrey Craigs we have? Jay Crowders.
Yeah, we praised AJ Griffin and we were excited for him because of that.
Yeah.
That's
right.
fair. That's
It's like you got to do something else.
He's so good though. Like
That's how good the NBA has gotten. It's like 3-and-D is not enough, and 3-and-D is like so important.
Right.
Like Sadiq Bey got moved out. pinnacle 3-and-D guy for a while.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges is that dude because he's 3-and-D and turned out like, oh wait, he can like
dude's an actual
and get to the basket. Like that's what makes you that dude. So it's like
I would have loved to mortgage some of the future to get Mikal Bridges, man.
We just did. Sarah Thompson.
Okay. True.
A little bit, probably a little worse 3-point shooter, but like still versatile defender.
Personality wise,
I can get behind it. If his if we wanted his brother, it's like, come on, we got his brother.
That's right.
If that made sense. If we wanted Amen, we got his brother. And you hear what he said? He said he's excited because he knows he can get better. He said every year he's gotten better, and he knows he can continue to get better.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's like I know it sounds like we're just stroking our own chicken right now, but dude, I actually love the fit with a guy like that with Monty. I love that, dude. I mean, what team would be better for a guy like Monty Williams and the Pistons from a like players coach, player development standpoint? And am I going to buy into Killian Hayes breakout? What season is this for Killian? How many fourth year breakouts do we get in the NBA? The old fourth year breakout. Is it actually? What year is it for Killian? I stopped counting.
For Killian?
It's year 4. Yeah.
He was the same draft as Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man.
So we still have Hendricks and Whitmore on the board. And wait, we could still trade with Dallas for 10. Just saying.
Dude, we
can still trade with Dallas for 10 and get Hendricks and or Whitmore.
Would you are you trading Bogey straight up for any of these picks?
No. It does help with get off the contract a little bit, but like no. Like give me one player. Like give me like a bench guy.
Okay. Yeah, I might entertain it.
Like, I'll give you Bogey for 10 and a bench guy.
I'm kind of worried that like I'm just gonna be shaking my head and Cam's gonna be like an end of the lottery guy. I like him.
Wow. Snap that one. Yeah, he's a dog. Oh, look at that suit too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought I was gonna say drafted. I was like, Taco Fall got drafted out of UCF. Fun fact.
The first player to ever be drafted. Dang.
First player ranked in the ESPN 100 to commit to UCF.
Let's go.
Becoming the first pick out of the program. And when the pick was called, JJ, you said, yes, I love this guy. Why is that?
Well, let's start with his defense. He's a multi-positional defender. He led the conference in blocks while simultaneously shooting over 30%.
I like it. Dude, that's going to be an interesting big duo there. Hendricks Kessler.
He's not that big.
No, I know. I'm just thinking about like I'm thinking specifically about block shots.
Wow.
Not to mention his ability to stretch the floor here, Jay.
That's really the key, and that's what JJ means by the prototypical 3-and-D big guy. He's a stretch forward.
Dude, would you would you have wanted Hendricks over any of these guys still on the board for the Pistons?
No. Maybe Cam.
You're saying like you might rather have Cam than Hendricks, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Who was the number 10 pick of the San Antonio Spurs in 1986 and maybe the most important player in Duke basketball history. But
how is he finding a way to talk about Duke basketball right now?
JJ's point, like his
That's Jay Billis.
They got JJ on the seat too.
We got Jay Billis calling Duke UNC games. Like, what are we doing, ESPN?
Hey, okay.
Because he scored just under 1.5 points in transition. The T is for transition. 3, D, and T. We're just going to create a new phrase because he was at the top of
I kind of like that. 3D and T.
in scoring in transition. He sprints down the floor. He dunks the ball.
It's pretty specific of a.
I was saying technical fouls.
Yeah. Who's a 3D and T?
Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace. Oh, dude.
PJ Tucker.
He's dude. You have to put T first. I'm sorry.
That's PJ
Like,
Tucker. PJ Tucker. in a
PJ
nutshell.
Tucker. That's actually true. Dude, shit, man. Can you imagine how fun that would be to be as into the NBA as we are right now with that Pistons squad? Oh man, like how young were we? Was that?
I remember watching. It was 2000.
That was like early 2000s, right? I want to say they won in
2003, 2004.
It was 04. That's what.
Yeah.
That was when they won the championship. When they had like 4 All-Stars. Literally the starting 5 was in the All-Star. I don't know if I've told you this. I think I brought it up on streams before. My mom knows nothing about basketball, but she knows like 2. She could probably name 3 players. One, LeBron James, because she hates him. And another one, Steph Curry, because he's like the prototypical like your mom's favorite basketball player. And then Tayshaun Prince, which is so funny that that's the one Piston that she can.
The one Piston that didn't get the All-Star.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. It was Ben Sheed, Chauncey, and Rip.
Yeah, we could have went back to back too.
Dude, I still will watch that Tayshaun block. Every now and then I'll remember that play and I'll just go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta put this in.
Pick is in. Dang it. This is a good trade spot. It's your only pick.
Who do you want your Mavs to go?
Probably Cam Whitmore or. Almost got it.
That Dallas is picking for Oklahoma City here. Number 10, the Mavericks are sending out Davis Bertans' contract and the number 10 pick for Oklahoma City's pick at 12. $22 million left guaranteed on Bertans' contract. They've been looking to package that to create some salary cap space in Dallas.
This feels like
they do so.
Brady Dick.
Thunder are up now at number 10.
Well, of course, when we're talking about the Dallas Mavericks, all eyes they are on Kyrie Irving, who is a free agent.
Listen.
What more can you tell us on that?
Malika, listen.
Listen, this organization in Dallas,
that's funny.
Signing Kyrie Irving is certainly paramount. They gave up significant assets for him a year after.
Can you imagine a world where Kyrie isn't a Mav next season? That would be awful.
So the Celtics were looking at him. It's like, bro.
Dude, Kyrie's so good. That's going to be a fun team to watch. They were pretty fun to watch those Kyrie games. I know a lot of them were pretty disappointing, and like I'm sure you know, as a Mavs fan who was watching the end of last season, but he was still so fun to watch, dude.
Dude, that bucket over Kawhi. You know how many times I've watched like an edit to that?
I swear I also saw that the night that it happened, and you sent it to me, and you were like, it was the kind of thing where you sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, that was nasty, and you were like, explained how sick it was that he was like able to do that.
I was so into it. Why is he announcing this one?
I have a trade to announce. As part of a deal to be finalized later.
I have a trade to announce.
So they got 2 future seconds.
Okay.
The 7th pick, and the Wizards are trading to the Pacers the draft rights to Jarris Walker, the 8th pick.
I have
another trade to announce.
I have a trade to announce.
And with the 10th pick in the 2023
Wow.
NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select
Just poor man's SGA.
from the University of Kentucky.
Interesting. That's a really interesting comp.
He's not actually.
I was gonna say. I do like the poor man's comps because you can just get ridiculous with it.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. It's like he's not like SGA. It's like that's why I said poor man.
Yeah, come on. No one's like SGA.
I'm excited to see where Kobe and Jalen Hutchifino go. I'm just biased because I just watch so much Big Ten basketball.
Yeah.
Just don't go to Orlando, man. I don't want him to wither away there. He said, "That's crazy."
Dang, dude, Cam fell.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. That stuff, I know I mentioned those reports. I kind of did it like in passing on the stream. That there was some medical stuff on top of him just not, whatever, didn't work out well. But a lot of that stuff, you hear that about players, right? Oh, it didn't work out well, and they drop like a little bit lower than they were supposed to go. But Cam was like, people were talking about him at 5. And by people, I mean me. I wanted Cam at 5 when we first found out the Pistons got that pick.
I think he's the best on-ball perimeter defender in the draft. He gets 2 steals a game. He's a good finisher at the rim, an excellent passer. But as a defender, he's very high IQ. He's good.
I think that's a decent pick.
On the ball. He can play the point. He can play off guard.
Yeah.
Who would you have liked?
I mean, if you're gonna go guard, I still would like Kobe and Jalen over him, but like not by a lot.
Dude, can you imagine? Hendricks would have been so nice.
He's just not like. He's not like the biggest burst of speed guy.
Yeah,
he just blocks Kobe Buffkin in a highlight. That's really funny. That was freshman year Kobe Buffkin. Don't worry about it.
I mean, if you just think about like what the if you're the Mavs and you're taking a guard, what you want.
Yeah, defense.
I mean, a good defender is pretty big.
Yeah. But Kobe's not bad. Like Kobe's a good defender too. Like actually,
it always comes back to Kobe.
No, he's a good defender,
I
and he's a better scorer. Like it's just a fact. He's a more versatile scorer, I think.
Alright, that's a lot better than the Fortnite Kevin Knox jacket.
Who had that again?
Wasn't that Knox? I thought that was Knox.
Kevin Knox. It's such a Kevin Knox thing.
Let me look it up. I'll actually Fortnite suit, yeah. This thing was abysmal. This was disgusting. This is like, even when Fortnite was new and cool, this was still disgusting. Alright, don't worry. Don't worry, stream, for anyone who's still watching this. I'll pull it up. Look at this. What? What was this abomination? Oh.
Yeah, that's it's ya boy. Fortnite, ya boy.
Fortnite, ya boy.
Yeah, that's really bad. Like, buddy, close it. Kevin, can we get a pick? He opens it up. No, please.
Ooh.
It's funny because that's what he's doing now during the NBA season, playing Fortnite.
True. Damn. Pistons legend Kevin Knox. Man. You think this is Grady?
Shouldn't be, but probably.
Yeah, they went black. Black at 6.
Oh, yeah.
Not like a black guy, and now they're going a white guy. I mean, they went Anthony Black at 6.
I mean, there's not really like a good 4 to grab now. Like, I guess maybe Cam, but like he's kind of undersized.
Yeah.
What's the reach here? Let's think. Jordan Hawkins?
I'm a Hawkins guy, but I agree that I think the NBA might not like Hawkins as much as I do. Oh.
Oh, that was...
Oh,
no.
I was going to say, what
I was like, whoa. They're going back?
They said, oh, actually...
Yeah.
You could have him back.
Jordan Hawkins.
That was too much. I love it.
Oh! Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wait, you almost kissed him on the lips there.
Dang. Okay.
Miscue. Was Jace? Okay, Jace.
Do you like it? I mean, you're a Michigan guy. Of course you like it, but...
I'd rather have Kobe than Chet. But, like, fit-wise makes sense. Like, I was talking about forwards.
It's fair. That's kind of what I was thinking, but, yeah, I mean, if you're going to go... I get them wanting to go guard here.
his freshman year was a little underwhelming. He's pretty raw still.
That's kind of when I was mocking Orlando. I think we talked about it a little bit initially, but I was like, I hate doing the whole like, let's go fit here instead of which player I like the most. But I was like, I could just see them going like, yeah, let's just get some guards.
Yeah, Orlando has a ton of Michigan guys too.
Oh, that's true.
They had Franz and Mo Wagner. They had Teskey for a little bit. Yeah, Jet. Sure, Derek Walton played there once.
They couldn't find a way to get Jordan Poole. Couldn't find a way to make the move for him.
Damn, you gotta walk up to this song. I've got the magic in me. Jet's like, come on, man.
Come on, dude. This is not what I sent in.
Yeah. I tried to put B.O.B. away in 4th grade. What are we doing here?
Hey, yes, sir. Why are there so many Jalen Suggs? I get that he got drafted, but come on,
Michigan
man.
guys always just go higher than I think they would.
Really?
Kinda, yeah. Maybe I'm just like pessimistic, but like Jet just disappeared in a lot of games, man.
Yeah.
So many games.
I mean, at this point, I will say that once you get to like, we talked about this a little bit to start the stream. Once you get to like the end of the lottery, like I know the lottery is this thing that we kind of prop up, but like, who from last season, other than Jalen Williams, at kind of the end of the lottery, are you like, oh hell yeah?
I mean, 13th pick is pretty notorious for producing some crazy talent, like Kobe, Donovan Mitchell, I think Devin Booker was near the end of the lottery. I always think about the 13th pick. There's always some studs that go there.
That's kind of funny. I feel like the... Oh, let me pull up 2022. Oh my goodness, I don't care about this tweet.
NBA players drafted 13th overall. Duarte, Kyrie Lewis, Tyler Herro, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
I know Kobe was, but he doesn't go back that far.
I'll go. Just to cover Will's point. I mean, once you hit eight last season, you're going Dyson Daniels, Sohan, Johnny Davis, Dieng, then Jalen Williams, Jalen Duren, and then Abaji. That was the end of the lottery.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And I'm just saying, like, those are guys that we liked and are like, okay, like I could see a world, but I mean, more often than not, these guys are not bucket getters.
This has been a dream of mine since I can remember. It feels surreal, honestly. Now, I've had the chance to ask your draft classmates about their preparation. But your preparation
I like the dress. I'm gonna be honest. Took me a minute to think about it.
Classy Michigan woman right there.
Classy. B.
He's got the buffs.
University of Michigan.
Yep, that's right.
The time on the court we spent together from an early age. We've been working out individually with my brother as well, and just teaching me how to shoot, teaching me all the tricks off the court, on the court, telling me to just be consistent with my work.
Wait. So, wait. This is the Mavs pick.
Yep.
I got confused. Yeah. This is not the Mavs pick next. Okay.
This pick right now, 12, is Mavs.
Is the Mavs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Continue to put in the work. Be humble with the process, and be a sponge and listen.
I have another trade. That Silver gets up there. Got another one.
Guys, guess what?
You'll never believe it.
Guess what, guys?
Has Woj been tweeting the picks? He said he would.
Adam Silver walks up to the mic and goes, do 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 do. Just drunk. Like, what the hell is Adam Silver doing?
The Detroit Pictons. The Detroit Pickmans.
Yeah, what is that?
Aww.
I can see this being Grady Dick.
Yeah. Man, OKC, what an interesting team. Shea, Giddey, Chet, Jalen Williams. That's kind of a fun team. I ain't gonna cap. That's kind of a fun team.
You're coming home with me.
Houston's
Oh, Caleb Houston. Thank you.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe that's another guy. I was like, why did he go to the league? And that one was right.
You see that new Spider-Verse yet?
No.
Anyone in the chat see the new Spider-Verse? No spoilers, but that banged. Am I right? I'm not a big superhero movie guy. I feel like I'm the kind of guy who is like in between. You know, there's people who are like superhero Marvel diehards, and then there's people who are like, this isn't cinema. I don't know if you've like seen those kind of like discussions, conversation. I kind of find myself somewhere in the middle where I'm like, they're fun, but like these are not great movies. That was a great movie.
Okay.
Now, obviously, it's a great movie. What? Did you say was it animated?
I said, wasn't it animated?
It's a cartoon.
Kidding.
No, it's
a great cartoon.
It's a great cartoon.
It's a good Saturday morning watch.
That'll be fun to watch on the Cartoon Network next summer. Saturday mornings.
What's the next movie I'm gonna watch? Probably Oppenheimer.
Dude,
in theaters.
Did you see the first Spider-Verse? Or are you just not a superhero movie
very
carer?
Far off the Marvel. I was all on the Marvel train when I was young, and then I turned 12 and got off it. I'm just kidding. No, I used to be like really big into it, and then it's like they pump them out, right? So it's so hard to keep up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not a big Marvel guy either, but I was so like, it was one of those things where I was so like captured by how well the production was on Into the Spider-Verse, the first one, that I was like, this is so good. This is how every superhero movie should be. Like, stop trying to be live action, funny, Chris Pratt and all these guys. Like, just make them sick animations. And that's what this was. All right, that's it. We can talk about basketball now. All right, who final three lottery picks?
Watching this commercial, I was thinking like they should have like a Taco Bell commercial in the second round, and like as homage to like Jokic winning the championship.
Yeah.
Run like the old like low res commercial. That'd be kind of funny.
Yes, sir.
Last three picks. So we got Mavs, Toronto, and Pels. Give me Buffkin to Pels.
Okay.
Give me Grady to the Mavs here. And give me Toronto. Ugh. Give me Hochefino to Toronto.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Grady, Hochefino, Kobe.
I got to find a place to put Hawkins, because my take was, no Cam. Are we getting no Cam in the lottery?
Oh, that's true. I forgot about Cam. I can see Cam going to Toronto.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm going to go Cam Toronto.
Okay, so
I like your other picks. Like, give me
maybe it's not great.
I really, part of me, I want to say Hawkins Pels, but I don't think they would do that. There they have Trey Murphy, Trey Ball. All right, I'm just gonna, instead of telling you the three players I think are gonna go.
The Oklahoma
Mavs.
City Thunder select
Okay.
Derek Lively II from Duke University.
Okay.
Derek Lively from Duke, 82
Derek.
blocks, the most in a season by a Duke freshman since block became official in 85-86. But Lively's story,
What are you thinking?
it's
Talk to
really
me. Talk to me,
remarkable.
Goose.
He's sharing this moment you can see there with his mother Kathy, who played basketball at Penn State,
Thinking
and is the reason that he plays. He calls her a superhero.
Christian Wood.
Kathy had a 10-year battle with cancer.
I mean, you don't
and
really
thankfully
get
went
Lively
into
to
remission
just
in
start and
July
be
of
impactful, right?
2022, and he told me
Oh, yeah.
that his
Lively,
proudest moment, it was using his NIL money to buy
he gives me like a lot of like Bagley vibes of like except for he's better defensively, but he was so hyped in college to be like really good, and he like did not do much at all offensively. So I guess for like the Mavericks it makes sense because like Mavs defensively they could probably use some help. Like Christian Wood's not the epitome of defense.
Yeah.
And they don't have super big depth at center in the 4 or 5. I mean, he's about like center. He's like 7 foot.
Yeah. Find me a way for the Pistons to get Cam Whitmore.
What's our next pick? 20.
No, I mean we're not gonna get him start of the 3rd or 2nd.
Then it's I guess we just see we just monitor, and if he's slipping, then we just trade 31 and done.
Yeah, I don't want to do that though. It's tough.
I don't either.
Part of I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Like I'm firmly in the camp that I want to get whatever we can get for Bogey before the season, but as a Pistons watcher, I would rather have Bogey than some kind of middling trade. But as a Pistons fan, I do want us to make some kind of move for another player who aligns with the mission. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fit at 10,
okay.
But they move back in the draft at 12, create the trade exception, and create a little bit of cap space. A savvy move from the Dallas front office.
Savvy.
And now Derek Lively is standing by with our very own Monica McNutt. Let's check in with the two of them now.
Derek, what you just said to me before the cameras got here, I want you to say it and give the same expression.
I'm a pro. It's crazy. I'm just so happy to be here. It's a dream just getting started. I'm so excited.
That was the saying? I'm a pro. It's crazy.
It's gotta be. I feel like it'd be so annoying to know that you're on the way to Dallas, but this whole special day you're wearing the wrong hat.
Yeah.
Can we not just I guess because it can fall through, but
I'm so emotional. I don't know what
yeah.
I'm so proud of everything that he's been through.
Mm.
And to persevere through everything. And
Dude, that's kind of hard. I don't know why I've never seen that before, but the second chain, that's kind of sick.
Oh, like Derek Lively the second.
Yeah, that's kind of sick. I don't know how I've never seen that before.
His mom looks like she could be a women's basketball coach.
Yeah, she probably is.
John Shire.
Again, the person that he describes as his superhero. Jay, just really quick, your thoughts on Derek Lively.
Well, he's been through a lot as a player. He's the #1 high school player coming out of high school, and he got off to a slow start because of injury.
#1 high school player coming out of high school.
Wait a minute, this is the #1 high school player, but he persevered through it. And toward the end of the season,
Our depth shot blocking.
Big-time shot blocker, rim runner.
Kobe.
Kenny used to force me to take him to the midnight showings for Marvel.
That's probably true.
Dude, I will never defend live action Marvel as being good. But I'm telling you guys, the Spider-Verse movie, it was good. It was very good.
I don't disagree. I just haven't really got around. It's not like I've seen other movies in spite of you. You know what I'm saying? I just haven't been.
Like you said, in spite of me, it's my personal movie.
I mean, the amount of times you bring it up, yeah, kind of is.
It's kind of a meme at this point, though. The first 2 times were real.
Yeah, I know.
All right, just as a little heads up to the 2 to 4 people we have here, we are going to finish out the lottery and then end stream with a goodbye song. Goodbye freestyle, like the old days.
What's up, Danger?
What's up, Danger? No, talk to me. Let's give me. Let's go fantasy for a minute. All right, we've got the first 12 picks in the lottery off the board. Outside of the obvious, who is going to matter for fantasy next season? Obviously, Dynasty. A lot of these names are worthwhile talking about. But give me next season. Point scoring. You can go category a little bit if you want. Who's going to matter?
I'm gonna go outside the top 3. Yeah. I think it's obviously Wemby, Brandon Miller, Scoot, depending on the Dame situation. So I'm just gonna skip those 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna go Taylor Hendricks.
Okay.
I mean, defense and scoring, right? If he
can shoot the 3, is it big?
Right. Good 3-point shooting and good defense. Whether you're looking at categories, you're getting threes, you're getting points, you're getting some rebounds, and you're getting defensive stats. You're talking about fantasy, standard, just points format. Defense is obviously inflated in points. So I think I think he'll get time. It's not like they are, have a wealth of starting material players, right? Like they're a deeper team. They're more of a rebuilding kind of team anyway.
Yeah, they ended
so
up trading some guys, Beasley, end of last season.
Yeah, and so he's like one of the best shooters, so he can get on the floor and not be a liability, right? Because he can score on the offensive end, he can play defense.
Yeah. And like, who are you playing over him? Big minutes.
There he is. He's wearing red. He knew it. Yeah, right. Like that's what I was saying. Is like they don't have like someone in front of them that's just like, no, this guy has to play 40 minutes ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I mean, there's guys I like. It's just kind of that whole like. That's the biggest thing as rookies when you're talking about fantasy. You just need to get on the floor, right? And he's one of those guys that can. Yeah. That's the big thing.
The Thompson twins will be on the floor, but it's like Rockets and Pistons have 2 or 3 guys that are going to be higher usage that are also young. So it's like I don't know how much.
And like the things that they do, right? If you talk about Hendricks, the things that he can do, he doesn't necessarily need to be like a guy who's getting a ton of offensive usage. Like he can be impactful, and especially at the 5, right? When you start talking about guards for fantasy, a lot of that has to be usage based. Like it's kind of hard for guards to like be a rookie and kind of come in and make an impact.
Yeah, Anthony Black. It's just there's so many guys in Orlando, and he's not going to be super high offensive usage. Like maybe good assist numbers and defense, but again, like that's kind of the production that you would probably need more time to build that.
My guy Grady Dick. So I'm so sorry to interrupt. My guy Grady Dick wearing like epic gear in some battle royale game. He's got on that that epic rare tunic.
Yeah.
He got the DLC.
I'm still trying to imagine a quiet moment with that suit on.
It is a pretty stroke.
But he is a great shooter. Shot over 40% from 3. He gets it off quickly, and when he catches it, he doesn't dip it down. He just catches it, and it's immediately up. In catch-and-shoot situations, he can shoot it off the dribble. And to Andrea's point, he's a.
I mean, at this point, I'm not going to hate a Grady Dick pick. Whoa, wait a second. Pause. Nothing.
It just clicked. Oh, that's funny.
I was gonna get into. I was being serious. I was gonna talk about like I don't mind Grady Dick going at the end of the ladder.
Grady Dick pick. Oh man, that's good.
Whew, it's a good thing we're ending the stream after this next one.
Yeah.
To be wearing the colors of your now organization.
I guess I knew it, but no. So Dolce and Christian made it.
Oh, there you go.
It's kind of soft. Nice. Kansas, obviously. You know, Dorothy's got her little red slippers, so.
Is that the coach of the Denver Nuggets?
He just gets up there. They're still talking about the Lakers. My son just got picked 13th overall.
Just like him.
They're still talking about LeBron James, and Grady Dick's been phenomenal.
Does he not just look like Malone?
He does.
The best thing about it is just all the players, like you said, that go through there.
He's kind of doing his like grin too.
With alumni stuff and the advice they were to give me, and with Coach Self, Hall of Fame coach, and it's just perfect place for me to be at and get me prepared for
your parents, Bart and Carmen. You guys were elite athletes in your own right. As your son begins this adventure, what can you say about his work ethic to get here?
He has worked so hard and deserves this. He's worked every day to get to this point.
Well, Grady, congratulations, Bart and Carmen.
All right, Kobe, round us off.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You think it's Kobe?
Thank you so much. New Orleans is now
I just want to see him get drafted.
Man, I wonder. I would love to know the full like story on Cam.
Yeah, for real.
And what teams are thinking. I'm not even saying like that he needs to have been gone at this point. I just liked him as kind of a top 10 guy.
I did not find a general manager in the league who told me that they were offered Zion Williamson in any trade talks here in recent weeks. Now, New Orleans did try to package this number 14 pick and some other future assets to move up in the draft. They were unable to do so, but Zion Williamson has been in the Pelicans practice facility more this offseason than in recent years. Listen, he only played 29 games last season. Dominant when he was on the floor. But this is an organization that so far
Man, Pels had a weird season last year, man.
Yeah, they did.
Just a lot of like annoying health stuff. They're a team. I think they could run it back.
What do you see as the direction this franchise needs to go in? What they need to add?
Well, they need Zion Williamson to be on the basketball court because when he has been healthy, he's been a generational talent. And outside of Zion Williamson, early
I mean, that's not
their first 2 drafts,
crazy impact difference. Am I tripping or?
Here, how much of an impact he has
Last 4 seasons.
on scoring and the basketball piece, but on winning.
Yeah, that's a 4-season sample size, and that's only like a 5-point points per game differential.
I don't believe that that's what Zion looks like. I don't know.
Great job over the last 2 drafts.
Something looked really weird about that picture.
Dyson Daniels, and they have a chance to add to that exciting young core with this pick.
Well, C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, they've only played, 10 games together?
All right,
So
Kobe's your pick?
you need a little bit more time, a little bit more of a sample size before you jump.
I could actually kind of see Kobe. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Guard?
the Pelicans were last in the league as far as points that were at the rim, right? They gave up a ton of points.
I think they've taken a lot of guards in the last couple of years, though.
yeah, I know, but I mean, how many of them have really panned out
Sensible?
to being players you want to play? You know,
Sensible is kind of like an interesting glue guy spark off the bench.
I've been seeing your best available cycle through the bottom of our screen. Who do
Jordan
you see as
Hawkins?
fitting with the core that New Orleans has.
Well, if they need shooting, Jordan Hawkins is one of the
Jay and I agree on one thing.
I'm a little bit surprised that Cam Whitmore of Villanova is still on.
There we go again.
Exactly why. It's certainly not talent, and clearly it's something else.
We're gonna check in with Woj a little bit later on.
I don't like what you're implying there, Jay. What do you mean by that?
You were a little bit surprised that Cam Whitmore was also still on the board.
Yeah, and I had heard going into this week that if there was a guy that was a top 5 talent that could potentially drop, it was going to be him, and I don't know the circumstances behind that. And as you get
Man, how does no one know anything?
Drafts, right? You can always draft for a positional
Chris
need,
Woj.
but oftentimes when
Chris
we get
Woj.
deeper
Hey
into
guys,
the
just
player
want
like
to
Cam Whitmore
pop
still
in here.
available, you just draft the best player available.
Yeah, because a lot of folks say that he is the most NBA ready, at least body-wise, in this draft. The pick is in, though. Let's head to Adam Silver.
Yeah.
I have another trade.
He nodded.
As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Dallas Mavericks are trading to the Oklahoma City Thunder the draft rights to Cason Wallace, the 10th pick, and the Thunder are trading to the Mavericks the draft rights to Derek Lively II, the 12th pick.
Isn't that hilarious?
Wait. Wow.
NBA draft.
Good for him.
New Orleans Pelicans select Jordan Hawkins.
There it is. Let's go. Let's go. I told you.
Yeah, he's stud.
He's just good, man. Nice. That's kind of like, honestly, he's the perfect like mid first round pick. You know, you're not expecting these guys to like, like what you expect from them. Exactly.
You don't have to be the guy.
Yo, Stan Panda, thank you for the super chat, dude. I feel like I should full screen apologize for not knowing how to set up the notifications to have that play on the screen or something, and I will personally get that resolved. All right, we can go back. Appreciate it from your knees. Sweet.
Hello. Took mom's credit card.
You can only do $2.99, Carlisle.
Yeah, Carlisle.
Could
You
have
can do
clicked
more than that.
All right. What are your thoughts? I'm gonna close out this video here because we all know what they're just gonna talk about how good of a shooter Hawkins is. All right, give me your thoughts. Overall thoughts in the first round.
Not the trades I expected. There was 2 trades.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy trade-wise. Cam Whitmore following is going to be interesting to see why that is later on. A lot of shooters, a lot of guards, a lot of shooters. We got Cason Wallace, Jett Howard, Grady Dick, Jordan Hawkins, Anthony Black, Thompson Twin, Scoot. Not a ton of, he had 2 rim protectors maybe in there. Lively and Walker.
Koulibaly.
Yeah, I mean, like 6 through 14 was just. I feel like there's a lot of people that jumped up. Black jumped up to me. Koulibaly jumped up to me. Jet Howard jumped up to me.
Man, if you would have told me Black went 6 and Whitmore's off the board, before the draft, I would be stunned. That's
hey, Jacob.
Yellow Jacob. Go Cavs.
Jacob.
Honestly, the Cavs, any hate I had for the Cavs, I feel like has just transferred to the Rockets. So, go Cavs. Yeah. Honestly, I'm a big Donovan Mitchell guy, so when he went there, it was kind of like that was resolved. I'm like, all right, I don't hate the Cavs anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Any parting words? I think it was a pretty interesting first round. I think for you guys who are subbed to the channel for fantasy basketball and everything. Obviously, we're going to be putting out some content, working on some videos for. We want to start doing some dynasty stuff. I know this channel has mostly been kind of redraft, looking at category and just like point scoring and waivers and drafts and rankings and everything. And we'll still be doing that, but I do think we want to start easing in some dynasty stuff because dynasty's fun, man. And there's a lot of, I think, stuff like the draft, especially in the off season. Dynasty is kind of the interesting aspect because so much of this is it's really having the knowledge and kind of calling your shot on who's going to be the Jalen Williams from this draft, right, or what we're looking like for those later prospects.
Yeah, and a lot of moving pieces. I mean, free agency starting in week and a half here, so
and we've already had wild trades.
A lot of opportunity. Yeah, a lot of opportunities opening up for different guys. So once June 30th hits, free agency starts. Gonna be a lot more action going on there, and then we got summer league, so we're gonna be rolling back into it soon.
Sounds good. All right, appreciate you guys. Much love. See you in the next one. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Peace out.